Been doing that for like a week and a half.
So, did you guys see that Diddy picture with J-Lo in it?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
boy.
And possibly Jay-Z in the back.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
definitely Jay-Z.
Yeah, it was interesting because someone made a comment. The real reason why Ben Affleck and J-Lo got divorced. It's like, okay,
Right.
yeah, it's a good possibility, I suppose.
Can anybody identify the super skinny chick next to Jay-Z? I don't know.
No.
That ain't Beyonce.
If you look down in the comments, it's only like the fourth or fifth comment. There's a color picture of it
Oh, you're kidding me.
from a
Roland?
screen cap from a video. It looks like.
Yeah, I have to go find it again and take a look at it. I was like, it does look like J-Lo.
I want you to know I didn't say this. Roland did.
Yeah.
What did Roland say?
Yeah, but it was he's parroting something you said, Todd.
What? I'm sorry. I did. Hey, the only person that has a shirt is him.
Yeah, fair enough.
So there you go.
Oh shit! You know we need it for another award. We should have the flamer award.
Oh, it's not. Yes.
Somebody with the flamethrower.
Hey, Randall. All right, let me get the. Corey said he might be back the next couple of weeks, so we're excited about that. Miss that guy. Culture Casino.
Tom Connors talks a lot.
Comics division. It's ball sack. Sorry. Did I say that out
Man,
loud?
they did blur out the nakedness, or they tried to.
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
Excuse me, we'd like you to have this flower.
Oh, I found the color image. Oh boy.
Excuse me, sir, which
It's
Yeah,
a lot
she's been
more
doing it for a
clear,
long time.
isn't it?
All right, private chat.
Juice for Jesus.
Read about Jehovah's Witness? How about Buddhism?
About Buddhism.
At the end of this 3-hour tour, Randall, we will be stuck on a desert island. I kept saying desert island, but it's always deserted island. I know, Randall, I know. I don't know what's up. We're on time. Hey, Argentum. We're not going to talk about any of the horrible, nasty comments that Culture had. So, oh, Culture's gone. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be back.
Do smash the like button. We do hope you enjoy the show.
He found the color version of that picture and just disappeared.
They should probably have to make a bathroom break.
Did you guys see the Leonardo DiCaprio one?
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're all in it. I wonder if the Cook was on it.
Apparently, nothing can stop what's
We're
coming.
on time. Tox takes sweet sweat from Zero Base One, a K-pop band, and superimpose Brahma's comics and Culture's faces on the dancers' bodies. Okay, Walter, I'm starring that for later.
Okay.
Hey, Tina. I don't know why this stream crashes on Firefox. It could be all the call answers.
Penis, gagging you with entertainment.
So there we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday, and happy Columbus Day to everybody, except Tox. He gets a happy Indigenous Peoples Day.
Thank you very much. That's right. We were here. We met that bastard. Actually, it wasn't us. He missed, right, and hit Haiti. So there you go.
There we go. Yeah. As we all know, Kamala Harris hates Columbus Day. According to her, our Western ancestors came here. They had diseases, and which is
Well,
funny.
they did.
Well, the funny
Syphilis
thing
killed a lot.
Well, the funny thing about it is, if you think about it, it's like all the arguments that they're making about the Europeans coming here, we make about illegals coming into our country.
Exactly. It's the same thing.
Literally the same argument. It's pretty funny.
Except we know about germs now.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, that's the big one. Is we know about germs now. That's also very true. So yeah.
Oh,
Anyway.
Randall, I think that's funny, but I'm not going to show that on screen.
Anyway, here's the rest of the panel. Hello, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Happy Columbus Day.
Is it Columbus Day already?
Yeah, it's Columbus Day.
And for
Hey, would you
whatever
pronounce
reason, I
this
don't
guy's
get it
name?
off anymore.
That would be Haywood, who gives
What's
the
his
5
last name?
memberships.
And that's Jablamy.
Yeah,
Jablamy.
Jablamy. I was going to come up with something too. That was good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's what I've been calling Haywood, Jablamy, since he showed up.
That sounds like something that happened at a Diddy party, so I'm going to leave that alone.
You get in trouble for saying jab.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, I'm saying the whole name. And
We do need more content from comics, so if he just get rid of that pesky job again, things would be fine.
Oh yeah, that like
pesky
money
money needs
and
that.
who needs money?
You never know you need it till it's gone.
Release the McCracken gave us a nice Penguin episode 4 update here.
Episode.
Episode.
These episodes are so good, they're causing Culture Casino to mispronounce words.
Mhm.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. We will talk about it. But the first thing we need to talk about, guys, we mentioned this on Thursday about the whole thing with the numbers for the Joker. Whoo, boy.
It's only going to streaming on October 29th. No big deal.
Yeah, no big deal, right? It'll be saved in what? 29th?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 14 days, 2 weeks. It's
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's the day after Am I Racist hits streaming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was out there longer. Not very good so far. Worldwide, we have 164 million, which means it has barely covered the initial cost at this. No, actually, no, it hasn't. It was 250, right? Something, or is it 200?
Yeah, I think it was around
What
250.
are you
260.
asking me?
The budget.
The actual cost of
It was just
of the movie.
it was just a little over 200 million. So,
Okay.
Yeah,
They haven't quite covered it.
Oh goodness, no! They're not even close.
Yeah.
You have to remember, budgets are just that, and they are the estimated or projected budget.
Well,
or
I
the
know
stated
we
budget.
typically do the times 3, but I'm talking about just like the base cost, right?
Yeah,
they haven't made that back yet.
No, and they won't.
Yeah.
This is one of those films where there's a decent chance that it could be so catastrophic. It set a record today.
It did.
Yeah, 81% drop.
I was
weekend.
getting to that actually. I think I need to click on box office, but yeah, right here. This is what they have here reporting 190 million.
Yeah, man.
Look at that. Look at that drop. Wow, that's bad. From week to week, 81% drop. That is really fucking bad.
That's insane.
And the funny thing about it, I don't know if you guys have been seeing this, but I have. You have people going, I can't believe this movie is failing because of a hate mob campaign online. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Nobody. There is no fucking hate mob against this movie. It's just a bad movie. It's
Nobody cared enough to care.
Yeah. Well, it's they're using the acolyte argument now. Oh, a bunch of online chuds got the show canceled. No, we didn't. Nobody fucking watched it. That's why it's canceled. Same thing with this movie. People saw it. They didn't like it. The thing I think is really funny is how even the critics hate it. So you kind of have like two camps. Camp one is the online chuds are getting this movie canceled. Or the review bombing. It's the reason why it's failing. I'm beginning to think these are bot accounts at this point. The second one is the fact that you have the people going, oh, this is an example of another DEI failure. It's like it's one movie. And no one says don't make movies with black people and women in it. That's fucking retarded. That's their argument. That's not what anyone's saying. They're completely intentionally misrepresenting the point because it's all about ideology. It has nothing to do with the person's skin. It's about good writing. We talked about how we like Victor and the Penguin.
Yeah.
He's a well-written character, right? And that's what is important to a lot of us who are in this entertainment space. And that's the point that I'm not going to say they're missing. They're intentionally misrepresenting.
You mean outside of all the hookers and blow that we get in the entertainment space?
Not
Yes.
anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's why it sucks now. They don't have any hookers and they don't have any blow.
Yeah. So the cope
A
for this
blowless,
movie
hookerless
is
movie
pretty
society. Yeah, that's
fucking
pretty good.
hilarious.
Listen, I liked the movie. All right, and I didn't see the first one, and I do plan on seeing it because I'm accepting the Comics Division challenge. The Don't Be Gay challenge is to watch the first one and see if my opinion changes.
Fox, don't be gay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, I was talking to some friends about it over the weekend. They actually liked it. I forgot to ask them if you saw the first one or not. But I was like, yeah, it was. I thought it was more boring than anything else. But
Yep.
I enjoyed it. Never want to see it again. And that's it. It was what it was. But it's not like The Crow, which I had an episode where my tinnitus was really bad. And I couldn't get my normal methods and stuff to calm that down. So I did put on The Crow. And son of a bitch, if it didn't exactly match my tinnitus skin and calm everything down. So that's the only thing out of that Crow is that. And I'm like, okay, good. All right, fine. That's the cursed life I lead, is that the one thing that helps me in a physical ailment that I have is one of the worst films that's ever been created. So. And not any of the Spider-Man films.
That's an interesting.
Seems fitting.
That's an interesting cross to bear.
I don't bear any crosses. I actually don't. No, I don't carry any guilt. I have no guilt for anything that I've done, actually. So there you go.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
All right. Before we jump into talking about the Penguin,
wrong, and I did not incredibly make bad mistakes. I just don't carry any guilt.
Yeah, so, that's one way.
I need to learn that.
Life. Yeah,
I need to learn that. Is that a skill you can acquire, or are you just a sociopath?
No, I just don't give a fuck about anybody else.
No,
it's totally different.
Check for sociopath.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So yes, that's it. You have to be a sociopath. Is that sociopathic? Is that what I am? I'm
sociopathic,
empathetic to these socio people.
Well, you're socially something anyway. But yeah.
Okay.
Socially retarded, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, I'll take.
All right. All right. Starting off, before we talk about the next episode of The Penguin, let's get through some of the super chats and roll rants that we have gotten. Rolling the register for $20. I had a Spider-Man Sunday and Dennis the Menace Monday to Wesley Wednesday, and Tox loves it so much he wants to make me a special gift. Now just need to get Culture to do the 30K waxing stream.
That's right.
Not happening, but thank you for that.
That's right. It's 50K.
I do believe that the gift that Tox has for you is a specially made shovel.
Yes.
That he'll be presenting to you in Vegas next year.
Very, very rapidly presenting it to you.
Yeah.
Soon, Roland will be known for his shovel-faced shaped face, as opposed to the waxing of the man nibs. So
I'm surprised that you're not saying he's not going to be remembered for his shovel smile. I guess.
That's what. You never know.
Hey, look. I mean, he'll be able to match the flat lady from Dune.
That's pretty funny.
Ooh,
Zendaya.
Zendaya. Yeah.
TVG Monster for $2 says, "Hi, comics everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday,
TVG.
Happy Columbus Day.
TGV. I've been saying it wrong this whole time.
Yeah. Did you guys did you guys happen to catch last night's late night Sunday late night culture?
Yes.
Yes, because you forced me to be there.
Yeah. What did you think? That was a pretty good one, right? 3 hours.
It was good. Yeah.
Yeah. 3 hours of.
Listen, I'm a
fun.
flu, and I caught a disease from talking about that shit.
Hey,
I watched it and didn't join.
That's how bad it was. If I get in there, I'm going to catch something I can't get rid of.
We had 1,000 people watch before I went to bed. I was like, we're doing pretty good.
Well, you were talking about
robots.
Yes.
Which is funny because Brandon was kind of talking about in his stream. He was talking about what was it?
Hag maxing.
Hag maxing.
Oh, we need it. That's next week. That's what we're going to cover next.
Hag
Sunday.
maxing.
Yes, we're going to have like.
Hag maxing,
Oh my
okay.
god, that video that Shuan Head did is fucking hilarious.
Dude,
I was
she
laughing.
killed me. Oh my gosh, I think I watched it 3 times. It was so funny. And then,
I only watched it on Brandon's stream. I need to go and actually watch.
You have to go watch it, and then you have to watch Asmongold watch it because he loses his stuff. Man, it was so great. It was wonderful.
That is hilarious. All right. TGV Monster for $5 says, I almost feel sorry for CA4. CA4?
Captain America 4.
Oh, Captain America 4. Duh. Okay, yeah. Almost, it has no chance of 400 million budget. Yeah, it has no chance. 400 million budget, if not higher.
Oh,
and there's no selling point. Yeah, dude, we'll cover the leaks. That shit's crazy, man. I mean,
Dude,
it just talk about this interesting movie.
Tanked so hard at the test screenings. Holy cow.
Yeah.
There is no redeeming value in this film, and they have dumped money into it twice.
Yep.
Insane.
Wow. This is going to devour profit from Deadpool and Wolverine and Inside Out 2. Yeah. It's dude, it's I read the leaks. I'm like, wow, this sounds fucking boring.
Yes, it does.
Terrible. And talk about misusing Giancarlo Esposito, right? One of the great actors of our time. Man, this bonker sauce.
It is. It is absolutely awful. It is what it is. Cat, and she keeps jumping up here, being a pain.
Oh, it's a kitty.
Yeah. Haywood, how you doing, sir?
Hold on,
Gifted
Seth, hold
5.
on, I'm going to do it.
5 members.
Haywood Jablomi! There you go.
That you peaked and broke my eardrums. So well done.
Oh, I did? Oh, God.
No,
I'm sorry.
He does best, I suppose. Save to Raptor for $5. Sent another email of ships pictures. By the way, Tom Connors has a new toy to defend TMNT.
Oh, really?
All right. We'll go check those out. Pinochet's helicopter tours for $2. Here's to the future of mandatory consumption laws.
Nope.
I was gonna say one can only hope, but no.
My limiter is on. I don't know why I peaked.
I don't know.
Don't know either. Okay, so we got to episode 4 of The Penguin, and this was actually a Sophia Falcone centric episode.
Man.
The penguin.
I just want to say, I did not ever realize that Christine Milioti had this in her. And yet she was very good on How I Met Your Mother, playing the mother dying of cancer the last year of the show.
Oh, shit, that's right. That was her.
Yeah.
She was also pretty good in a couple episodes of Black Mirror.
She was very good in Black Mirror. So when you watch her, you're going, wow, you have range and talent. Where have you been? Where have you been?
The funny thing about it, so yeah, I have a bit of a clickbaity title because I say, are we beginning to see the cracks? I actually enjoyed the episode. I personally think it's the weakest episode of the 4 so far. Still good. I have to say, she fucking kills in this episode.
No, man.
Part of my issues with this episode is that you get her backstory, you get why she was sent to Arkham. It was really well done. I think that there was too much Arkham stuff, and they should have had a B plot put in there to kind of break it up a bit. That's like my major complaint with this episode, but I love the ending. I thought it was really well executed. My thought was, why do they not have any carbon monoxide detectors in their mansion? It's like my only main plot complaint, I would say, or something that was done that I was like, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but okay. It works for the story. I thought it was really, really well done. And she doesn't go all girl boss or anything. She, basically whacks the Falcone family, by using gas.
Yep.
And it was, it was fucking brilliant, actually.
Well, if you have a problem, that's how you solve it.
Well, the funny thing about it, because I guess let's back up. We'll go from the start.
Sure.
The majority of the episode takes place 10 years prior to her being released from Arkham. It's about her being sent to Arkham and her time there, and kind of her being broken down as a human being, and why she's kind of like squirrely, loopy, and a bit insane. Because literally, Arkham makes her crazy. You find out that her mother committed suicide, and as the episode kind of progresses, she begins to recall certain things that are happening. She ends up meeting a reporter at like a benefit, because they're talking about women's suicide and whatnot. And this reporter kind of comes up to her and says, "Hey, we need your help, to save lives of other women," and kind of presents this information. And she starts kind of putting the pieces together of things that maybe she, kind of intentionally forgotten that maybe her father was the one that killed her mother and then all these women. And when she goes to meet with the reporter, Oz kind of rats her out, to her dad. And again, he's doing what he thinks is the right thing for the family. He doesn't know what's going to happen to Sophia. And so what ends up happening is, I'm not going to say what he does was kind of innocent, but it's like he's looking out for the family, ends up screwing her over, didn't realize that she'd be sent to Arkham for like 10 years. Yeah. So yeah, fucking amazing episode. And you find out that like the family wrote letters to the judge to intentionally keep her there. So like the family really fucked her over, which is the reason why she did what she did at the end. Great episode. It's very good. She was fantastic in that episode. Very, very good acting.
Yep, she has a ton of range.
Yeah.
She was very good. What I didn't like, and it's just maybe a gripe for me, is I didn't like that they had her be, completely innocent and then thrown into Arkham, and now she's just full on mobster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you see that. I mean, that seemed a little cliched to me. They should have had her either be part of the Hangman story or not. But
yeah, well,
I don't like that. That's the way they went with it.
I think ultimately she could have already had blood on her hands in other ways, because her father does talk to her about her taking over the family when he's gone.
Right, but they tried to pass her off as being completely innocent prior to all of this.
Yeah, which yeah, I mean,
I don't know that it
taking
helped her
over the family,
character all that much, I guess, is where I was going with it.
I think when it comes to like having her take over the family at that point, then why would you take somebody who's not really knows that life and hasn't been in that life and make them head the family?
Right.
Unless they already were doing kind of stuff.
I would suggest that she obviously had already gotten some connection to the family and the business, and then was reintroduced to it in obviously the last little bit. But look, the audience is still brought into her backstory in a way that really makes her character even more compelling and sympathetic.
Yeah.
I loved it. So, but I really hope we don't spoil it for anybody. I really hope you are making sure you watch it on Sundays or Mondays if you get a chance, because it's very good.
Yeah, it's just unfortunately there's not as much of Oswald in it.
Not much at all.
I mean, he's barely in it. He's in the beginning. There's like a few scenes with him, and the funny thing about it is like I can kind of see why Oz did it a little bit, because there's times where she treats him kind of like garbage at times. But there's times where she sticks up for him because somebody calls him the Penguin. She's like, don't call him that. That's insulting. But at times too, she's like, what are you doing here? You're just my driver.
Yeah. Why are you inside?
Yeah. Why are you inside? Yeah. So it's kind of funny there. It's like you get that kind of duality of she's not really a good person either at the end of the day.
Well, and again, you should know that you're watching a crime
family drama.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like watching Game of Thrones. There were no nice people in that. Even the Starks were douches. So, I mean, come on.
But
nobody's a hero.
It was certainly an interesting episode. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I felt it was so far out of the four is the weakest. Like I said, I do have some gripes. I think there should have been a B plot. I think they spent a little too much time in Arkham. In my opinion, that could have been summed up in 15 to 20 minutes. It didn't need to be span the entire episode, and they could have had other things going on. But overall, it was very good, and it really kind of showcases her acting ability.
Before you go any further, there are some people who have been having trouble with the streams crashing in their browser, both Rumble and YouTube. I have experienced that myself.
Yeah, it's interesting. It crashed on me too. I ended up refreshing.
I think there's some updates and things that have been going through.
Yeah.
So just let everybody know.
I'm going to say this. They just fiddled with Chrome again. So if you took that update, my suggestion is that may be your contributing factor.
Interesting. I know sometimes if I have a lot of tabs open, sometimes browser tabs will crash.
Right now, I have about 40 tabs open. So,
Wow, you're slacker. It's
uh,
just 40.
you know what?
Yeah.
I'm no
You got to get up
Ryan.
to Ryan numbers.
I'm no Ryan Cannell. That's true, dude. His computer's like struggling under the weight of like 100 tabs open.
Well, I mean, the good thing is that my PC has like 64 gigs of RAM in it. So,
Dude, you're slacking. 128, baby. Yeah,
hey,
max that thing out.
hey, I maxed it out. My motherboard only supports 64.
There you go.
So,
I have,
or I would go to 128.
I have 512.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
I got to get on your level, baby.
I know. You know what you need to start doing?
Do you have
Culture
a
Casino?
server? Do you have a server motherboard?
Yeah.
That's why.
So that's it. Yeah. But Culture, you need to start putting out some videos, dude. I don't know what it is. 6 a day is not enough. We need more Culture Casino.
I'm trying. I'm getting tired.
How the heck am I going to have 600 dudes in a year if you don't start putting out one?
I don't know. I don't know. Man, that was an
I'm giving
amazing.
myself applause for that joke. Yeah.
That was an amazing story last night. That was so much fun. I cannot wait. We are going full hag maxing on next Sunday night. So bone up, literally.
Hag maxing.
Full hag maxing.
Well, it's funny because it used to be called cougar hunting.
Yeah.
No, it's hag maxing.
Hey, listen, back in my day, it was all the scare of AIDS and all this stuff. We were trying not to catch stuff. Now people are like, they're trying to catch something. They're like, just bring it on. We will kill all viruses. Yeah, right.
Well,
I mean, the funny thing about it is it's because these younger men are looking for relationships. And the fact that I guess Gen Z women are kind of insane.
Yeah. Pure
yeah,
evil.
they're the ones that all want 6 foot guy with
6
figures and everything
inches.
else.
And 6 inches.
That game plays.
No, we don't actually talk hag maxing on that gameplays. We talk about video games.
So, honest question, Kevin. Kevin Titino, Cavalryman, Shoe.
Che. It's Che.
Che, sorry.
Che.
Hey, what is hag maxing?
Younger men chasing after older women. So you
like
have
Graduate
these
or Stifler's mom.
Yeah.
Stifler's mom. It's honestly,
we called it hunting cougars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The young guy's looking for a stable relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
They want to skip the whole starter marriage where half their assets are gone after the first 12 years.
Oh, man, I can tell you something. That is not good. I have, yes, unfortunately.
You sacrificed your income?
Back in my day, you young whippersnappers didn't know anything.
He said the thing. Talk said the thing.
Owned a Commodore 64 and programmed one.
Me too.
So,
Me too. Yeah. Basic Cobalt, Fortran. I'm trying to think of all the early languages I had to learn.
Sugar Mama
screw all
was
that,
one.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Sugar Mama.
So this
EDP
is
11, man. I was programming it all
essentially
8 bits at a time.
Gen Z guys dating millennial or Gen X women.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so Mutant Banhammer can confirm went on a date set up by a friend with a 24-year-old girl. Boring as shit. Had nothing to contribute to discussion, and then she freaked out when I insinuated there would be a date 2.
There won't.
There won't be a date 2.
Won't be a date 2. Oh, got it. Oh, it's say. What?
Nice reading there, Gary. Keep it up.
I am almost a year older than Gary.
It shows.
Yeah. He looks better than I do, and he's been to prison. That's bad.
And did a shitload of drugs.
Did a shitload of drugs. That's where I was going. I started out.
Hence the reason
Pascal.
Prison. Pascal. Yeah, I did Pascal too.
I was in C came out, C++ and all that stupid Estonian language.
I had to learn a bunch of Apple garbage too, including ProDOS.
Me and Agmar, man.
So,
I was going to say Objective-C. That's
Agmar,
Apple garbage.
Do you listen to the Mongolian heavy metal band The Who, the HU? Have you ever heard any of their music? They use traditional Mongolian instruments and stuff, and they thrash pretty hard.
Do they serve Mongolian beef though?
Yes, those guys are pretty beefy.
They do the throat singing, don't they?
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, some of them do that. Yeah, they do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the cock match.
Yeah.
It's Fortran.
That's what I said.
Fortran.
We're trick Cobalt. Yep, that was for the business freaks.
Yeah, well, and especially when Y2K came around, do you know how many freaking things we had to work on to just make it
I
through
made tons
that?
of money around that stuff.
Oh, man.
Well, the funny
then-
thing is, like you mentioned Pascal, it's like if you actually know Pascal, you could actually make a lot of money. That and Cobalt right now.
Yeah, Cobalt.
Oh, you're right now. People want to do it. PL1, all this kind of stuff. And I laugh at these interpreted scripting languages. You haven't allocated your own memory at the registry level and fucked up an entire mainframe. You are nothing.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, super fun. Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, back in my day.
Back in Tox's day.
Back in our day, kids, stay
Yep.
off our lawn. Anyway.
All
We
right.
didn't have the intranet.
I
We had to get our porn the old-fashioned way. We stole it from the Circle K.
No. I actually dialed into my friend's BBS, the largest in the state that I was in at the time. It was a global BBS. I mean, a dude
You
had like
hit it here. You heard it here first, folks.
the
Culture Casino likes the BBC.
but did you
BBS.
mud?
Oh, I mudded. Multi-user dungeon, baby.
But
Yep.
did Culture mud?
Oh, I don't think he did.
No,
I'd have known.
no.
I loved the people who would come in with all the names, so we'd have to kick them out. Because we ran one at the university I was in. And part of the guys it wasn't, Linux Torvald was part of that later on.
Mhm.
But it was somebody else from Sweden and Norway that originally came up with that. And yeah, but the names that were coming, my favorite one was a guy came in, tried to be a bard named Butt Dart.
Oh boy.
I thought that was great. So I played as a bard named Butt Dart a few times.
Razor Burn.
Hey, it's Razorburn. Have you heard of the Hue?
The Hue.
The Hue? The HU?
Hue.
No.
All right. And before we move on, any final thoughts, Brahma? Anything else you want to add?
No, even the stuff I mentioned that I didn't particularly like didn't ruin anything for me. It was a good episode, and yes, she is fantastic, and she's got just enough crazy behind those eyes to make you think I can fix her.
Yeah. Yeah. She looked hot as fuck in that dress at the end of the episode.
Yes.
The makeup.
She is
kind of crazy hair.
She's a good-looking woman.
She is amazing. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. She is that impressive with that much range, and I keep singing her praises. This is the third time we've been talking about this that I have been singing her praises because she is good.
I do want to see her remake the music video for "Walk Like an Egyptian" and do the eyes thing.
Oh yeah, the Egyptian eye makeup. Yeah.
Yeah.
I preferred anyway.
Are we
other
out of
song.
spoilers?
I don't
Eternal
know.
Flame.
No, walk with an erection. Anyway,
Hold on.
So-
Wait a second.
what?
There we go.
Thank you. All right.
That's all it takes for the blood to fill up my entire large penis.
How long did it? How long did you guys keep your Usenet accounts?
I'll be honest with you. I really didn't use Usenet all that much.
I still have a CompuServe email.
The funny thing is I actually have a Usenet account now.
How did you get your wares?
Through friends.
Yeah. Well, you just logged into my buddy's BBS.
Yeah. Yeah. News groups is another way you get them.
I'm so old that I learned to program on TRS-80 Model 1s.
Trash
Those were
80s,
Radio Shack.
baby.
Yeah, computers. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you enjoy your cat computers at your school?
No, we didn't get those.
You didn't get cats?
We got TRS-80 Model 1s, then we got 3s and 4s. And the 1s had an actual tape recorder, like a cassette tape. That's what's used for data backup.
Oh, I still have the tape drive from the VIC-20, baby.
Oh, Tina's dating herself. Oh, gosh.
Maybe I'm thinking something else. Usenet is dead. There's something I'm using for not my torrents, but
You've got mail.
NZV Get. I'm using. I swear it's Usenet, but maybe it's something else. Maybe it's confusing with something else.
Uh-oh.
I don't remember what.
We're being appealed to.
I still think. Who was that?
Vor Exelon.
What did they say?
I don't show up much, but I want to appeal to you. So I'm just wondering what's going to come next from Vor.
I don't know.
I don't know. Let's find out.
All right, so you guys want to talk about the Captain America: Brave New World spoilers? Oh my God! This movie is going to be fucking awful, dude. I'm debating on whether I should.
Did you guys get the Trash 80s with the 5-inch floppy drive built into the front of it?
Who didn't?
Okay.
Are you going to bring up the actual
Yeah.
Reddit thread?
Yeah, we're waiting.
I'm going to bring it up. All right.
Rumored.
Here we go.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get this out of the way. This is rumor. But I'll be honest with you. Every time I get my rumors from Reddit, they tend to be correct. Because I mean, they were right on Rise of Skywalker.
Yep.
Okay.
So
before we get into that, I see where Vor's going.
Yep.
Friend of his, girlfriend's kid Milo has been fighting a brain tumor for 4 years, and they got some bad news recently.
oh no.
Yeah, so he's asking us to pray. So,
Yeah, we'll do that.
and everybody out there, whatever your faith is, whatever you believe, I have seen people be healed from things like this personally myself. So, we got you, Vor.
Yeah, man. That's very, very sorry to hear that. We will keep you in our thoughts and prayers, man. Keep your
He's
friend.
15, and it's I did a lot of volunteering with kids. That
Yeah,
age,
that's,
stuff myself, so.
That's too young. It's too young for something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yep, we got you.
Yeah. Okay, so the movie opens with Sam on a mission going after the Serpent Society. They were supposed to lead Sam and Joaquin to buy the package being adamantium. Adamantium, there we go. I can fucking say the word.
I'm going to be culture now and ask you to blow it up a little bit.
I did. I'll blow it up some more.
Would you
How's
blow
that?
culture up a little, please?
How's that? Is that better?
That's much better.
Okay.
That's even better.
All right. Just want to make sure. Fortunately, this thing's fucking gigantic here. So Juan Carlo Exposito is playing Sidewinder. I guess he's part of the Serpent Society. It has some nuns that are hostages. It's about some generic bad guy dialogue. We'll skip that. Sam fights the Serpent Society dudes with gold fang knives. Wow. Okay. The guy has super soldier strength, but Sam beats him, which makes no sense considering Sam is basically a normal person.
Yes.
Yeah.
He does not have the serum.
That
So that makes no sense.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. And there's other stuff too that we've seen in the trailer. The funny thing about it is if you've watched the trailer, a lot of what is said kind of lines up. And again, granted, someone can go and just make up a bunch of bullshit based off the trailer. But I have a sneaking suspicion this is probably going to be legit. But we'll see. We'll see when the movie comes out.
Well, it came out like 2 days after that test screening.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
that's what
less than that.
that's
It
what
may
people were
have been
saying, that
hours after the test screening. So.
Yeah, people were saying that basically somebody from the test screening leaked it. So
Right.
All right, Sidewinder gets away. Sam takes Joaquin to be trained by Isaiah. They go through a training montage, and then they head to the White House where they bring Isaiah. It turns out the scene that we saw where he takes a shot at the president, which doesn't make sense why you have the gun with him if they're just going there and he gets brainwashed. So apparently some shit happens with the phones or whatnot, and that's how he ends up getting hypnotized, so to speak, to go take a shot at the president. Well, Harrison Ford's president, I should say. They take pictures of the president, Harrison Ford telling Isaiah, I gotta do the trick and pony show, but stick around. I want to get to know you better. Ross and Sam meet up, and he tells them, I need you to lead the Avengers. Sam goes, what if we don't see the eye to eye? Again, we saw that in the trailer. Ross replies, then we figure it out together. Ross is almost assassinated by Isaiah Bradley, as well as other mind control soldiers and security guards in the room. Sam chases Isaiah, but out in the streets where Isaiah comes to and doesn't know where he is and is arrested. And that's because he was basically mind controlled. Sam and Joaquin look at security footage inside the White House and see that Isaiah was down at his phone and is hypnotized by flashing lights. Later, see the other soldiers and security guards also in the room with flashing lights on their phones, blah, blah, blah. Sam and Joaquin decide to get who is behind all this. And basically it is going to be the leader which is funny because they're saying Tim Blake Nelson is wearing a weird molded brain-shaped rubber cap and slightly green-skinned.
Oh yeah, that always goes well.
Well, the funny thing about it is they just have a bunch of Hulk villains in this.
It is absolutely this like the worst like thing put together. Because I mean, seriously, like the Serpent Society, and again, I guess it's a team of 5 in this film. Are absolutely not superheroes. They're not supervillains. They are just dudes in costumes. So it's unless they change that substantially. So you have Diamondback, Constrictor, Rattler, Asp, and Cobra. At least those are the ones that were originally rumored to be in the film.
Right.
They have like things that they can do, but they're really not anything. They're kind of just cybernetically enhanced humans is what they are.
So they're kind of like Captain America at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Con. Yes, I am spoiling this masterpiece. Masterpiece of garbage.
Dude, this is such hot garbage, and the plot doesn't like work. Again, they've thrown money at it twice, and it's still hot garbage.
Cobra.
I thought he was going Cobra.
Oh, I thought it was Toga. I'm sorry. I was talking about a good movie, Animal House.
Yeah.
Josh Hammond, Spider-Man still sucks.
Yes. The leader has visited by Ross many times because Ross is dying and has turned to the leader for help, which basically is the reason why he turns into the Red Hulk, but apparently uses lollipops to keep his blood pressure down, which is if his blood pressure goes up, he turns into the Red Hulk.
Yep.
Ruth Sabara starts taking Isaiah into containment after another mind control attempt assassination. In a prison, he goes, I will not be locked up in a box again. Ruth decides to also track down breadcrumbs leading to Stern, the leader, where she comes across a very briefly team up with Sam and Joaquin. They go to Stark Technologies where they meet Amadeus Cho, who is very briefly turned into the Hulk in the Marvel Comics back in 2015, I think.
Nick the Greek has told me not to appropriate his toga. I am so very sorry. Please don't cancel me.
Yeah.
Josh Hammond also says, I was making a G.I. Joe reference and also screw you, Toxic Man Flu. Yes, I'm having a different chat with the chat.
Yeah. Don't know.
Just make a good film. I don't care. Yeah. Just make a good film.
Here's the funny part. So apparently they don't know where they found the actor, but he wasn't very good. Oh my God. Sam says something about Pepper Potts, but we never see her. President Ross is bunkered down anyway from danger and is trying to get the world leaders to agree on a peace treaty. That's because the actor's 92
years old.
Oh, yeah.
It's not he's bunkered down. That's his hospital room.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's trying to broker a peace treaty, but is having problems with Japan. I don't understand why they're kind of setting Japan up to be the antagonist in here, but it's kind of weird. Anyway. So getting on board with Japan, thinks America robbed them of their adamantium. God damn it. Adamantium. There we go. I keep wanting to say something completely different. Or something along those lines. All right. This leads to Torres and Wilson meeting up with Ross as American battleship and Japan battleship fight with each other in a big set piece near the hand of Tumut in the Indian Ocean, which is fucking ridiculous. Why would Japan and America be fighting? Japan's not a superpower. China,
it's over anime. It has to be over anime.
If it was actually China, that would make more sense.
Damn Americans took our sex bots. That's what it was.
Well, actually, no. But okay.
Well, it was about the adamantium, and we know from one of the Wolverine movies that they have some adamantium because we saw adamantium appear in that movie. So, but this is where they're going to bring back the Eternals crap. Because they're having a battleship battle out near Tiamat's hand.
I guess
this is where they're going to reintroduce that. rather than just continuously forgetting about it. This is where we're bringing that back.
I had to get this by Brandon because this is funny. Is this written by a retarded monkey? Yes. Yes, it is. And Brandon, man, you're more than welcome to hop on if you want. All right. So let's see.
It doesn't sting so much when you write, "Is this written by a regarded monkey?"
Yeah.
Takes a little bit out of the insult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew what he was getting at.
I know.
Okay. Culture, go ahead.
This is god awful, and they're gonna shove Doctor Doom up that butt of this in a mid-credit roll bologna sausage clip.
Oh, it gets worse. Wait till we talk about the January 6th allegory.
Yeah.
Hold on just a second. Parrot Head. Parrot Head's on a roll. Just let him go. Let him go with it. He put the Germans on Pearl Harbor.
Quick, Tommy, before the Germans get you.
The Germans?
The Germans?
He was being YouTube safe. Okay, big CGI field action scene that ends with Torres falling out of the air into the water, but being rescued by a medic. As Torres is in the hospital recovering, Bucky swings by to check on Sam for a cameo, make a speech, jokes about how it was written, then says he has a fundraiser to get to and basically takes off in the movie. Another pointless cameo. Ross finds out he is being set up by Stern to make Japan and the other world leaders not want to work with him, and because of reasons, something to do with the Serpent Society stealing adamantium or something like that. I don't know. Wasn't very clear. Wow. I mean, that's some great fucking storytelling if the person's like, I don't understand what the hell's going on in your movie.
You've got two countries that are on good terms going to war, but you can't tell us why.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said,
It tell you why.
It would make sense. It would make more sense if it was China. Just throwing that out there. But Ross goes on a press conference at the White House where all of a sudden the leader vaguely portrayed mind control sounds start playing through the speakers and eventually causing Harrison to Hulk out. So this is the thing that doesn't make sense. And we'll get to that. We'll get to the very end because this is dumb. Okay, somebody else triggers Ross turning into the Red Hulk. So keep that in mind, okay? Sam meets the leader who admits his evil plan and thinks Sam will die because he's not Steve Rogers. Sam says, I love to prove people wrong. And again, remember, Sam is a normal guy, has no superpowers whatsoever. Sam shows up to the scene with a Rolk. I guess that's just short for Red Hulk. Red Hulk.
It's just another new character.
Or it could be Ross Hulk. I don't know. And the two tear up the White House. Very January 6th evoking imagery at times.
How would that be? Because nothing happened at the White House on January 6th.
Yeah, I know. They eventually start hashing it out, and the fight culminates with Sam stabbing one of his wings into Ross's side, which just causes him to back into Harris. But he's all scratched up, doesn't have the invulnerability that Hulk has. This is the thing that I find probably the dumbest out of all this. So remember when I said that, it was like a minute ago, that somebody else triggered him? Yes. Yeah. So Ross is locked up at the raft, is told by Sam, how does it feel to be locked up? Ross is like, well, at least I'm safe. They made a point to have Sam literally say that to the president, which is fucking stupid. Thank you for taking accountability for your own actions and turning yourself in voluntarily. So, okay. Somebody else, the villain of the story, basically causes him to turn into the Hulk, and then he turns himself in over things he had no control over. That makes no sense.
Meanwhile, Sam is running around with a guy who tried to assassinate the president, and there's no problem there because, they hypnotized somebody earlier to do something that they didn't want to do.
Yeah.
So they obviously have something that can make people do things that they don't want to, but they didn't have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm. They also have Liv Tyler in this, and apparently she looks very Botoxed up to hell.
Excuse me, wait, hold on. Brahma, you're trying to talk something sensible.
Trying.
And yeah, that's not Hollywood. You just don't get it. Right? You just don't get it. You don't get the movie. It's just, you didn't get Joker either. So I don't
Well,
wanna
it
hear
feels too real world right now, where you throw the president in prison,
right.
but let all the assassins just go and do whatever the hell they
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was just saying, you were being too real, bud. You're being too real.
All right, mid-credit scene. Sam visits the leader in the raft, mentions something about giving Hulk juice to Amadeus Cho. Now we're going to have Cho Hulk. Again, wasn't very popular. Stern goes, something big and bad is coming, and Sam is like, I'll be ready. I'll be ready. That's it. That's the movie. That's the fucking movie.
I don't understand. Even with reshoots, again, what are they going to turn this into? Because there's no story here.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's interesting about this.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That's really the ending.
And there's nothing interesting about Sam pretending to be Captain America without the serum.
Yeah.
And
That was
apparently
like
he's
that
still
was the
got
main thing
wings, so.
I hated in the comic book was the fact that it's like he doesn't have this, the super soldier serum, and it's like he constantly gets his ass kicked, which is, struggling is good for a character, but not when it doesn't make sense like that. It's like you can't have a regular person fighting superhuman people, and it gets pointed out here too. I don't know if it's actually in the synopsis here or in the comments, but it's like, dude, we saw this in the trailer where he takes a punch from the Hulk holding the shield, and literally every bone in his body would be shattered by the Hulk.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, you're talking sense.
It's dumb.
Yeah, you're making sense. You are talking sense in the lore of the comics.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what they want. It's not what
Yeah,
I don't even know the
This
lore of
wasn't
the
made for
comics.
you.
I'm just
Yeah.
from this. None of it makes sense.
Okay, so in the comics, they tried to mirror what happened to Steve Rogers, because Steve, and even then this doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is. For whatever reason, he gets the super soldier serum vacuumed out of his body by a villain, and it makes him old. Which is the reason why he ends up stepping down as Captain America and is kind of put in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D. And it's the reason why Falcon gets promoted to being Captain America. Promoted being a loose term. And then to add further insult to injury, they basically, Red Skull uses the Cosmic Cube to make Steve Rogers, Captain America, a Hydra agent.
Yeah, I remember the uproar about that.
Yeah, that was some fucking stupid shit. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's something that there's been a lot of speculation. Are they actually going to do in this movie? I'm glad to see that they're not. But all right. Yeah. So this whole thing is it looks like it's gonna be a boring fucking mess. I don't think anyone's surprised by this, especially after what we've heard from the people talking about the screeners and how it sucks. And this is like their third attempt to get this movie right, and they still got it massively fucking wrong.
Yeah. Look, this thing I believe is probably sitting somewhere around $425 million in production cost.
Is that it?
And it might be more. I'm just, going off of, all the estimates and all the reshoots and everything.
So it's going to need 1.2 billion to do anything.
Yeah.
And they're not going to get to 500 million.
No, this
Maybe I've been reading it for ages, buddy. Manga is not new to me, but I'll call it manga anyway.
Manga is not new to me.
Manga.
I'm surprised they have put a villain character called MAGA in it.
Make gaming great again, dang it.
Yep. Yes. I actually only read manga now. I don't read American comics anymore. I stopped back in 2018. Minus indie stuff that I support, which is
I know
far
that
superior.
We the Rippaverse, first of all, we know young Rippa. Yep. Many of us talked to him, talked to his wife personally. They're great people. He's doing this business. He got all this stuff going on, all those things from there. I have been getting the comics. I get those. I get the mythicals that Hojo puts out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I get a couple other mags, Flip City, stuff like that. The Rippaverse storyline is actually getting pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And this is from somebody that's not a big comic fan from there. So I really like the Horseman looks really good. He's getting some really good.
Watch the animated trailer that he put out.
Yes, that stuff there.
Pretty fucking
it's
nice.
Like you kind of float above all the drama that people have when somebody's successful, especially if they're libertarian successful and not following the narrative. But I mean, I got the first one because it was more of a fight against the man.
Mm-hmm.
But the Yaira stuff, that stuff's good, and I've really enjoyed that. So there's some. I think American comics are going to come back. I really do.
At some point, maybe. We'll see.
I don't know.
Shall see. If it comes back, it's not going to be from Marvel and DC, in my opinion, which is kind of funny. We will get to some of that in a moment because they released a new Hawkeye.
Yeah, they did. But
first, we have
right. The
chats.
Horseman looks like a Punisher kind of kick-ass kind of thing. So I'm real excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people were making fun of the Horseman. It's like
Horseman.
Yeah.
So it's got Sarah Jessica Parker and Brie Larson in it.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Specifically Sarah Jessica Parker. Let's see. I already got that one. All right. Here we go. Pinochet's helicopter tours for $5. First thing, upon returning from the army in 2011 and 2013, I immediately dated a woman at least 10 years older than me. Smartest thing I ever did. Maybe dust on the bone. Excuse me, dust on the bottle. Something sweeter with time. Dust on the bone.
Dust on the bone. Sounds like a Poison song.
Indeed.
Oh, comics' lips slipped up onto that one, didn't they?
I guess. Depot 101, Lim with Brahma and completely bored with this tech discussion. What happened to talking about Penguin and roasting Joker 2, the streaming? Oh, we did that. We got back to it. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Here's to the meltdown. Well, thank you, Depot.
I'm sorry, Depot.
It's the same problem we have with every good show. I mean, you can't talk about it too much because you want people to go watch it.
Yeah. Even though we spoiled it quite a bit.
We're fine spending 45 minutes tearing down a script that just is theoretical because nobody cares about it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the to Brahma's point, we want to make sure that you actually go and watch the episode because it's good and watch the series. So it's like, sure, we can nitpick it a little bit. And, Brahma and I both kind of did that. But we want people to go watch it. And we hit, the highlights of what we thought were really good, which had a lot to do with the acting, specifically.
This whole show is a lot about the acting.
Indeed.
Between Farrell and Milioti or however her name is pronounced.
I think that's how you say it, Milioti. Yeah, she's great.
They're both fantastic.
Yep.
I thought it was Melody, but
could be.
Is it Melody? Okay.
I thought so.
All right. TVG Monster for $5. Why don't they give Sam super strength? They can make a plot point where he becomes a superhuman. Does Marvel like having Sam be a normal human? Well, the backstory behind Steve Rogers is the fact that it was the only super soldier serum that they had, and they've been trying to replicate it ever since, but they've always had problems. It's the reason why Red Skull is the Red Skulls, because the version he got was fucked up, and it made him, look like the Red Skull. But in the MCU though, they literally have like all of fucking Falcon and the Winter Soldier was all about other super soldiers, and it's like that defeats the whole point of what made Steve Rogers special, is the fact that it was, he had the heart and the spirit of a hero, but not the body, and so that's what made him want to become Captain America, and that's how he becomes Captain America. And after that, the formula was destroyed, and ever since they've been trying to replicate it, and there's all these other issues. Okay, that's the very basic lore of Captain America.
Corrupted formula.
Yeah. So the fact that they had all that shit in Falcon and Winter Soldier is dumb, and not giving it to Sam is dumb at this point. So it is what it is, though. WG for $10. This movie produced by the
People's
PRC
Republic of China, I believe.
Yeah, which is the reason why you wouldn't have China be the villains in it. Yeah,
the Chicoms.
Yeah, indeed. Roland for $20. I was driving earlier, so I'm playing catch up. If anyone deserves a Flame Award, it is this panel, you gay boys. Tox, I already told you to polish up that shovel and get in line, which is going to be a long for Vegas this year. Who else did you piss off,
All right.
Roland?
I don't know who else, but I got something for you, Roland.
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Here we go.
Any day now.
And that's from the only jackass I love more than Wesley Crusher, Roland the Wretched.
Okay.
There you
Thanks.
go, Roland. There's more to come.
Well, that's what she said.
Oh, there it is.
Wow. Maybe if you stroke it vigorously, Tox, it'll grow a little bit more. You never know. All right, Pinochet's Helicopter Tours for $5. Comics. Japan is considered a very classically liberal with its sexuality, its in its art, but socially, individually conservative. Japan's been a target of the left for years. Look at video games now. Yes, that is very true. Very, very true. Agmar WK for $1.99. This movie sounds boring and trash. Yes, I agree. It sounds boring AF.
That was pretty much what the leaker said, too. It was not worth going and seeing this test screening.
That leak is directly from the latest test screening, the three days ago or whatever.
That's our understanding of it, yeah.
It's terrible.
Did you get the starred comments, too, along with the member chat?
Oh, shit. No, let me flip back over to there real quick.
Yeah, I ran some up there.
Okay. Tox takes Sweet from...
Sweat
from, what? Zero...
Oh, that's the one that I...
That's
yeah,
the one
I've got to reface you guys on
Got
that
it.
K-pop band.
Gotcha.
All right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, look at that. Haywood. How do you say the last name, Culture?
Jablomi.
Jaboli?
Yeah,
Is that how you say it? Anyway,
Jablomi.
celebrating 4 months as a member. Good evening, gents. Hail to the chat and happy Thanksgiving Monday to my fellow Canadians. Cheers.
Why does it's always a Canadian with the cool names? What is up with that? I don't know. There you go.
Culture just like sitting really still, or is he?
He's got a headache and he's tired.
He's sitting really still.
Okay, yeah, I saw.
I'm fine.
He looks like Robespierre.
Yeah.
I saw your eyes move finally.
Yeah. No, I sit very. Everybody says that you sit really still. Yes.
Are you going to do the rest of the starts, or are we just going to? I'm not doing this job for free.
Getting there.
Oh yeah, I am. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Peter Shade's Helicopter Tour celebrating 21 months. Holy fucking shit!
Yeah.
Wow,
21 months.
21 months.
Wow, you are a toddler. Well done.
Yes.
That is 8 months shy of a third baby.
I can't believe it's been 21 months since we convinced you to finally do memberships.
I know. Are we going to start the stream off with a land acknowledgement?
No, we're not based in
IPD
Canada.
without
We are not.
McReady said to grab him the flamethrower.
Yeah, we are not based in Canada.
No,
so
I'm surprised that they haven't made us do that yet. Culture in Canada.
Actually, one of us
on
is
YouTube.
based out of Canada.
yeah, this guy down here.
Ding! We'd like to do some land acknowledgements. This land was owned by somebody else before me. I don't remember the name of the person who sold me this house, but that's my
Shrek.
land
I
acknowledgement.
couldn't name the builder that built it for me.
That's right.
Yeah, I couldn't name the builder.
Hey, I'm gonna just say, look, this is some nation's fakesgiving, so let them have it, and let's go
Celebrating all those Eskimo kisses.
Indeed.
I celebrate Thanksgiving the day that we helped out those pesky pilgrims, and then they came back and killed us. All right.
Look, you know I'm just gonna say that rubbing your noses together really does give you like the worst blackheads. Like it's terrible for
That's
your
a
skin.
Yeah, but when
Eskimo
you get
thing, and that's
that
only because they
close-
don't bathe.
If you're that close, other things are rubbing together too.
Yeah,
Indeed.
I want that too.
I don't know if you're a little round around the middle, maybe not. Still, you don't know.
Okay.
All those layers of
Angmar.
blubber.
Angmar.
7 months as member. Sophia Falcone, is that yellow dress super hot? Yes. It needed to be said. Yes,
And-
she
and
looks
what-
super hot in that yellow dress.
Okay.
Yeah. 100%.
That's Angmar. And he gets a slap.
I just want to say, watch out for bears.
Indeed. Also, Angmar says, didn't he have some sort of super strength based on the trailer? Not that I'm aware of. He's just supposed to be like a normal person.
Hey, have you guys seen Southern Belle in a while?
Not on a stream.
Not on a
in
stream,
the-
but I've seen her
in the
in the chat.
DMs
Southern Belle
quite a
had,
bit.
A family issue and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So, so they're dealing with that.
Well, I
Yes.
haven't. I just have an issue.
Okay.
So did the guy from the actual Disney Plus series that was Captain America for the short while during that series? Was he
Isaiah
in the
Bradley?
movie?
Yeah, that's Isaiah Bradley.
That's Isaiah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's also a retcon because that came out in the early 2000s when they basically said he was the first Captain America.
No, I'm talking about the guy who ends up killing somebody and then
Yeah, it's Isaiah Bradley.
okay.
Yeah.
Not the guy that they were playing off as the original super soldier.
No,
black
that's
guy.
him. That's him. Same character. Isaiah Bradley
Okay.
was the what they kind of retconned it to is the fact that during the Tuskegee experiments he was experimented on. That's where they got this, how they developed the super soldier serum, and so that's the
Right.
reason why he was the first Captain America. So that's a retcon that happened like in
Yeah,
It
but
was
I'm
like
talking about the other
early
guy, the
2000s.
white guy who was Captain America during the show that they gave. the
oh
shield to.
okay, yeah,
Is
okay.
he in this movie, or are they just
No.
abandoning that storyline altogether?
No, he's going to be in the clusterfuck that is going to be Thunderbolts. He's in Thunderbolts.
Okay.
Yeah, now I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fake Captain America.
Fi-
that
yeah,
kills
he's
the guy with the
US
shield, and then
he's actually a U.S. agent.
okay.
In the comic series, and he does briefly become Captain America, but is not really bad at it because he's kind of not exactly a good guy. RJ Godzilla says, I absolutely hate the MCU's origin of adamantium, keeping the Eternals and space out of my Weapon X. Yeah. Eternals. That movie's it's such trash.
I can't believe they're finally going to acknowledge that there's a freaking thing being birthed out of the Earth, and its
Yeah.
arm is sticking halfway out of the planet, and it's not going to affect gravity or anything else.
Mm,
No water displacement.
Shipping.
Nothing.
Airlines.
nothing. Chris Mead says Red Hulk. Let me get the magnifier. Oh, hang on a second. My browser locked up. There we go. Red Hulk will walk around answering "I don't care" to every question.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care. That's fucking funny. All right. Reticent Voice says, if you're using an NZB, you're using Usenet. Yeah. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Also, I had to wait to get home to say that LOL. Well, there you go. Also, Roland says, at Talk to Banflu and the gay anime, you love that stuff.
Is there
Yeah.
any other kind?
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
Egmar for $4.99 says, comics, I recommend Alex Ross Space Ghost Run and Army of Darkness Forever. I've been enjoying both so far. Oh, good. One of these days when DC and Marvel aren't being a bunch of dipshits, I might start giving them money again. But in the meantime, fuck those companies. Pinochet's helicopter tours for $5. Probably a question for Tom or CC. Are the test audiences staffed by the McKinsey Group people as well? Or there's some base chat audience members totally regurgitating what the studio wants to hear to F them with them. To F with them.
Yeah, first of all, nobody wants to deal with Mackenzie anymore after, they've been thoroughly discredited for the fourth time recently. But no, as far as the folks that are actually going to these are normal people that get opportunities to see test screenings all the time. I personally have done test screenings before. You get these opportunities regularly.
For STDs?
No, for
Oh, I'm
films.
sorry.
For
You
films.
said test screenings. I was.
Yeah. And so
Maybe it's just me.
there are people who actually see multiple test screenings of the same film. They'll oftentimes report whether one screening was better than the other, reception was better than the other. They're not really supposed to, but that kind of stuff has been being done for quite some time. So it's not unusual for test screening info to get out, especially if it's an audience of 400 people or so. It usually just gets passed to a third party to present. So, it is what it is.
Yep.
And
Well,
Reddit's going to Reddit.
Yes, and Reddit is going to Reddit.
Well, the internet's undefeated right now. Let's just be honest about it.
Yeah, it certainly is. So let's dovetail to talk about Sweet Baby Stink or Sweat Baby Stink, Sweet Baby Inc. There's been quite a bit of news about them lately. The first big thing is that they've gone and redesigned their webpage. Let me see if I still have it pulled up. Yeah, I do.
By taking multiple things out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was going to go and pull up and show you guys. I'm actually just going to go and full screen this because...
Pull up your pants.
Just embiggen it a bit, will you?
Yeah.
Before we go into this, can I try one more of these rolling things? I just want to make sure it sounds good.
Didn't hear anything.
Sure, I guess.
Ooh, oh, thanks, Roland. We needed that
was
catch.
awkward.
Okay, that was awkward. Okay, all right. Sorry.
I mean, it kind of froze up, it looked like. I mean, at least that's
did
what
it
we...
freeze?
It froze up to me. I don't know about the audience.
Oh, well, maybe this
That
one.
always freezes up for us.
No,
back
now
here.
now it's
Coming in harder than an 18-year-old on Viagra,
Yeah,
it's
it's
Roland
having
the
issues.
Vetchin.
because it keeps playing for some reason, or unless you hit it again.
He hit it again.
Okay,
I hit a different one.
It was a different one.
all right. Okay. So Sweet Baby Inc., who we should all know by now, is contributing. They're not the sole individuals responsible for ruining gaming. They are definitely a contributing factor, that's for sure. Has gone and redesigned their website, removing basically the majority of the things that people have been bitching about, which is funny, trying to mask the fact that they are a DEI company. Yes, that's what your company is, Kim. It's exactly what it is. Despite your protests, I actually watched the whole 30-minute video of her complaining about being a victim. You know, it was rather entertaining. And there's so many things that we can go and debunk by previous statements made by her, which is fucking hilarious as hell. But they removed all the games with the exception of a few. Of course, they have Spider-Man. They Unusual June is still up there. Alan Woke 2. Of course, God of Woke. Bull, the Black and the Beautiful.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Woke's the Universe. All these really horrible games that have done very poorly. They are so proud to display on their website. But the funny thing is they took off the client list. It's all gone now. You can't see the companies that are hiring them anymore because as Kim Belair put it in her XOXO panel, she likes it that way. She doesn't want people to know that she's involved for kind of obvious reasons, I would say.
Well, Squeenix was probably still upset about being on that list after they had reportedly fired Sweet Baby Inc. a month ago?
Mm-hmm.
They also got rid of an employee today.
Yes, they did.
Or recently.
That's the second topic.
Sweet Baby Inc. or Squeamish?
Sweet
Baby Inc.
Squeenix is Square Enix.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Sweet Baby Inc. got rid of an employee.
Yes, a very important employee, the one that probably everybody. Yeah, the guy that kicked off this entire thing that most people know, Chris Kindred. I always want to say Kiss Kindred for some reason. But yeah, he got let go, and this was reported on by Master in the TDS and Writing Raven, his lovely wife. Both fantastic people. They broke it. Apparently, they have an inside scooper, as they put it in their video, that basically broke the fact that Chris got fired. And according to their video, it is a very good possibility the reason why he was fired is because of the hellfire that he has brought down on the company, and apparently also the fact that he's a raging asshole, and a lot of people didn't agree with what he did. But
he tell he's a raging asshole when all the rest of them are raging assholes. I mean, how does he stand out amongst the other raging assholes?
Exactly.
I wouldn't call Kim Belair a raging asshole. I completely disagree with her, but I mean, in all the things that she's done, she seems like a rather pleasant individual. She doesn't come off as being a toxic individual like Chris. Not saying she's a good person, by the way, just to clarify. But that you got to watch that panel that she did. It's a fucking hoot. But yeah, at the end of the day, a lot of the employees didn't agree with what Chris did, and I think that's ultimately what led to him being fired.
They either didn't agree with it, or they were upset that he did it, even though any of them probably would have been willing to do it too.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, what it comes down to is
I'm sorry, I got caught.
Caught, yes. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were pissed that he got busted. But like I said, they have an inside person. I can't tell you whether it's male or female. That reported this, leaked this information to the master of the TDS. So I'm assuming that there are people that work there don't necessarily agree with everything that they do. So
it would seem that way.
I'd say that there are a bunch of developers. Nick from Echo Base Network.
Yeah.
Actually talked to a game developer while they were at ICCCCCCCCCCCC in Tennessee a weekend ago, and they were talking about the games and just how woke they are, and the developer doesn't seem to think that some of the games that are being produced are woke, which tells you where their heads are at.
Right.
So we're gonna have to see what happens with GTA 6, because I think you get just enough influence from somebody like Sweet Baby Stink and or Sweaty Ball Stink or whatever they're called. Anyway, you get
Sweat
just
Baby
enough,
Stink.
you get just enough influence from them, and your game's going to be such hot garbage. Gamers won't touch it. That's why they pulled their clients completely off their website. So,
well, because like she said, she doesn't want people to know that they're involved. Yeah. Well, it's gonna be in the credits though.
Yeah, well,
I'm pretty sure.
And everybody is going to make the assumption.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she says that's the reason. There's also the possibility that the reason is all of her clients were like, "Yeah, get us off your website. You're killing our production,
right, killing sales."
Mm-hmm.
It's a good possibility. What they're saying, and there's what other
reality is.
Reality.
Doesn't mean they won't still work with them though.
Yeah. Well, no.
But it's not being displayed on the website. That,
right.
Square Enix is now working with Sweet Baby Inc. Square Enix doesn't want that.
No.
A lot of those companies probably don't want it being known because they're watching all of this crap happen.
Right. Well, and there's been so much shit going on in the gaming space, especially around CD Projekt Red, and Demion's been doing a great job talking about that and covering it. Calling out their bullshit because they're like, "Oh, we hire off merit, not DEI." Just ignore the website. That's the thing I find so fucking hilarious about this. It's like literally, it's all of your goddamn website
and the videos they made proudly proclaiming.
Yes, there's that too.
Yeah, and look, this stuff isn't just staying in gaming, and it's not just infesting everywhere else. It's out in the world that we live in. And it's to the extent that it's infiltrated universities and sporting events and everything.
Well, university is where it started. That's how it spread.
Yeah, but now, I mean, it's in collegiate sports. I mean, you have a
fucking how? I mean,
the San Jose State. We were talking about them last night on the show. San Jose State volleyball, the women's volleyball team. They put a person that identifies as female on that team. And as of today, there are now 5 teams that have forfeited playing against this person who could literally, potentially, seriously
put a ball
injure
through another woman's face
or kill another
Yeah.
person. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
a girl, the high school girl from a few years ago that
yeah.
got hit by a spike,
Fractured
and she's
her
still
skull.
got brain issues.
Yeah.
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, and you can pretend all you want that there's no advantage, but there is, you know.
Mhm.
And again, is that how you want to win? You know, your college game is by forfeit. The other team forfeits because you have a non-biological female on your team.
Actually, culture, that is the way that they do. They want to have a team win a championship by forfeiting because all the other bigots don't want to play against them. That would be an ultimate win for them in their mind. That's
Yeah,
why
it's
a
if you're
political
going
win
if you're
in their
going to
minds.
these developers and they're saying, I don't see any woke or any stuff inside of this.
Yeah.
It's too late. When the people who are developing it
Mhm.
are more worried about that crap than they are creating a good game, because I'm not hearing any good gameplay reviews out of this stuff. Nobody's saying that they like this. They're saying the game sucked. You're going to lose.
We've said
Yeah.
what games have been good, and it's not been ones that have been associated.
No.
There,
Right.
It's not just that it's the DEI stuff. It's that the games are not fun. They're not
Yeah.
well made, and the story is stupid.
They're buggy as hell. And granted, this is like one aspect of the AAA gaming industry that is an issue. You know, the DEI stuff is only, in my opinion, a fraction of the issue within the gaming industry, but it is a big enough issue because it's making the games less fun. It's making them more homogenized, and quite frankly, not as creative or innovative. The idea of identity is innovation is fucking retarded, and this is basically what Kim Belair says. Basically,
Well, again, and again, I'm going to say this. I said it on a video I did with Pro today. I'm not sure if that video came out today or is coming out tomorrow. We were talking about this very issue, and when he asked me the question, I answered very succinctly. Tens of thousands of jobs are being lost to DEI in gaming alone.
Yeah.
In gaming alone, 13 studios closed up their shop this year.
But your Boeing dropped another 17,000?
Yeah. And you're watching this happen. Now, Boeing's got some other issues.
17,000 on what?
Employees.
They shut down
Jobs.
their 767 cargo plane line, and they delayed the 787 MAX
Yeah.
out there. So they've dropped 17,000 employees because they're not getting paid.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They also have big trouble because they're going to lose a ton of money off of this NASA contract.
Yep.
There. So there's a lot of problems.
Well, and
there,
they actually haven't delivered their tower. They were supposed to have a tower that would roll out and reposition in Florida.
Yeah, they haven't done any of that stuff.
That's like behind like 18 months right now.
Yet you've got the companies that are doing that stuff having problems, right?
Yeah.
Yet Elon Musk had a rocket that took a capsule into space, came back down and landed back on its launch pad.
Yep.
Ready to be turned around in 2 hours.
But he's a buffoon. He's
just
but
an
Elon's a
rocket.
buffoon.
idiot. That is not on their design team at all.
Dude, did you see how they put they landed the rocket in the scissors?
Yeah.
It was amazing stuff,
Yeah.
man.
It's pretty crazy. But I mean, I let me see if we can find it was Deeple. Yeah, DEI is the iceberg of the gaming industry issues. I mean, it is an issue, but there's several things that I mainly blame the gaming companies for several reasons. A, they willingly hire these people. That's not Sweet Baby's Inc.'s fault. But going back to the whole thing where she literally says, basically bully your marketing department into getting us in the door. So, I mean, there's that aspect too. But they're, for the most part, in line with this ideology. They are the ones that are horribly mismanaging these games. So yeah, like I said, I blame more the gaming companies than I do Sweet Baby, because they could tell them to fucking pound sand. We don't need you. We don't need your narrative enhancements. We don't need your sensitivity reading.
Yeah.
If what's for the fact that these people are already ideologically aligned, I mean, just look at Ubisoft. Kim Belair started at Ubisoft. That's where she came from.
But before Sweet Baby, did gaming companies and developers normally go out and hire consultants to write their stories and narratives?
It's the first I've heard of it, honestly.
I'd never heard of that before. I might, maybe that you're not supposed to hear about it, but I don't recall that before. They would have their own writers, and they'd have we've got an idea for a game. This is going to be the narrative. Here's the story. Now we'll go write it and develop the characters in-house. I don't recall hearing about this consultancies coming in, holding their hand and writing their story for them.
But a year and a half ago, we were talking about the AAA gaming business, and were they having to take investment from BlackRock and other companies like that? And is it BlackRock who is saying, yeah, you got money from us, you're going to use Sweet Baby Inc. to
get a forced behavior, as Larry Fink said.
Yeah.
So it may not be that the companies are willingly hiring Sweet Baby Inc. I mean, I don't know any of this, but if you've got investment from a company like BlackRock and they say you want the dollars to keep flowing, then you're hiring a outside consultant. Here's the consultant you're going with.
Yeah.
And it's Sweet Baby Inc. You are kind of put in between a rock and a hard place.
Well, that's also a possibility.
Because that's what we were theorizing before we found out about Sweet Baby Inc. is that they were getting investment money from those types of companies.
Yeah.
Because these games cost astronomical amounts now.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of the thing with I think most forms of entertainment. I know, like when it comes to movies, I mean, they do hire consultants, like specifically from the police or the military, right? To make sure that, they are representing the military or the police correctly. Are they, firefights realistic, shit like that. So do gaming companies do that? I honestly, I don't know.
They probably did, but that's hiring one or maybe two people for a specific thing,
right?
Not an entire group of consultants to write the story for you. That's
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to go out there on a limb and say, oh, these gaming companies have never hired consultants to help them out with certain things. I think they probably have, but yeah, now we're seeing kind of more of it where they're, hey, we need help with the narrative, or we need a portfolio check, or we need XYZ. That's what this company is coming in here to do. As Kim Belair put it, is this totally racist thing totally not racist? She said in one of her interviews at GDC. So all these things that she's denying now, she has literally fucking said in the past. That's the get you right there, is that they are quickly backtracking all this shit. Oh no, we're not a diversity company. We're not a DEI company. We just do consulting, right? We help you with your narrative. We help you with starting points and blah 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 blah. That's how they're pivoting. Because the thing I find so fucking fascinating about this is that DEI is a term that was developed from these leftists.
Yeah.
And now, because it's caught on, it has become a fucking dirty word.
Well,
right.
They're
trying to push this onto the right now, moderate to the right, saying, oh, this is their term that they came with. This is their term for us, even though it fucking came from that side.
Just like ESG. Right.
Yes.
And now they're all pivoting to Bridge. That's what fucking Microsoft is doing with their entire games division. They just ditched another guy. I'm going to be, they just ditched another guy over there. I'm going to be reporting on tomorrow. That is now out. Peace out at Xbox. Alan Hartman is being forced to retire, and I guess Craig Duncan is coming over from Rare to be the replacement over there at Xbox Game Studios, and they changed one of their studio names to Halo Studios now, right? And they're really trying to restructure across the board.
Destroy Halo.
Yeah, well,
they've already destroyed
Halo's over. And this is on the heels now. We're watching media companies like really dwindle down in size, right size their organizations and bullshit to compensate for the bloat and the fact that you're just losing money hand over fist because of all of this, DEI, ESG baloney sausage. Microsoft has it built in to the company now. Their entire gaming structure is built on Bridge, which means from the person that they just put in place down, it's over. You're going to see Xbox itself, the appliance, no longer existing, my guess, in the next 5 years. You'll have, very limited support for that going forward, pivoting all the way over to Game Pass and PC. And then you'll have, obviously, PlayStation being the only game in town at that point. And
I'm really looking forward to when it infects the operating system. It's coming.
Oh, it's already there. Are you kidding? Not to mention the fact that they're lazy as F because they're shoving that stupid AI into every Windows thing. They're trying to force obsolete out the last Windows and force you to Windows 11 now, which is a piece of hot garbage. It does not work.
But I don't know how long PlayStation will be around as a console either. I mean, with the release of the new PS5 Pro at the price point that it's at, most people are going to start looking at,
that's a mid-tier.
Isn't it better just to get a gaming PC?
Well,
because they're not making enough exclusives to make it worth owning a PS5.
Well, not only that. Hang on, Culture. Let me get this real quick. A lot of people are basically saying the reason why it's so fucking expensive is that it's the Concord tax. Go ahead.
Yes.
Probably. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and while all of that's most likely true, this is what they call a mid-generation upgrade. This happens with the consoles every time. So
yeah, they do.
No, it's happened for the last generation.
2 generations in a row now. So
we only had the PS4 Pro. We had PS4, PS4 Pro. Before that, they just got thinner.
But where are we now?
PS5.
Right, and then they just did it, so it's the second time, right?
Gotcha.
Okay, all right. Anyway, so it's
I was talking about the past, but sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it happened with Nintendo is guilty of doing it multiple times. But anyway, so just jumping further into this, PlayStation, the next iteration of PlayStation are already being developed. So I know that we'll at least get a PS6. The new Nintendo is about to come out, the Switch 2. Which will have more dense storage cartridges. It's supposed to be backwards compatible. Based on the slot, it looks like it's backwards compatible to the original Switch. You'll be able to play your old Switch games, but you won't be able to play new Switch games on the old Switches. So you'll force an upgrade for the new generation stuff. But
the point is the cost of the systems is getting to be close to what a
new one is.
Pretty good PC. A gaming PC can be at this point,
dude. Do you know how much
you can do a lot more?
You know how much a video card is now?
Yeah, as I say, your video card is more than the PS5.
But you don't have to have a freaking 4090. You can have a 3060, 3090 and play everything pretty much just fine.
If you're not a real gamer, sure.
Yeah.
So Zed, the Concord tax. Remember that game Concord that Sony put out that basically took them 8 years to develop and eight days to kill it. Which was a massive failure, and it cost like $300 million.
400.
Excuse me, 400. I was off by 100. Sorry, my bad. So that failure, they're basically rolling into the price of their console. That's the Concord tax.
Do you realize that as bad as that is, that Ubisoft's Skull and Bones cost between $650 and $850 million?
Are you freaking serious?
That's the one they really don't want to talk about.
No, they don't. they really don't.
They do not want to talk about that.
If I remember correctly, that was their February release, so it's less than a year old, and it's dead.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So Rhaegar Targaryen says that they call it IDEA in the federal government.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the A stands for, though. I've heard the A term.
Activism.
Is it activist? No, it's something. It's something else. No. I'm thinking of belonging because they'll do diversity, inclusion, and belonging.
I call it
assholes.
Yeah, that too.
Assholes.
But
Bungalow Logic says day is Latin for God. Yeah. Well, but that's the actual day means deity in Latin. Yeah,
no, 100%.
Yeah, that's interesting that he puts that. Is that
it's their religion.
That's what they worship.
Shut down.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
My company shut down.
And my company go blow.
Yeah.
Anyway. Wow. Apparently, we are on the speedway tonight. That was fun stuff.
Always.
Yeah.
I tried to mute it.
That's the Brahma Bull Expressway.
Speaking of which, unfortunately, gentlemen, I'm gonna pumpkin time. So.
Is it pumpkin hour from Culture
pumpkin
Casino?
Hour. Yeah, I gotta go. I had a lot of fun. I love talking about games and things, and DEI and good stuff. We got to talk about Penguin. I'm just gonna say, and there are good games out there, folks. There are good games out there.
Black Myth Kwong is great, and you'll be very proud of me, Brahma. I'm now on chapter 3.
Or wait a minute.
Nice.
What's Wakwong?
Black Myth Wukong.
Oh, Wukong. Okay.
Black Myth Wukong.
Have you checked out Witchfire yet, Culture?
No, not yet, but that's on the list.
It's
so
awesome.
Is the
Okay,
game
I
called
can't wait.
Cultures Likes Black Man's Dong? Is that what that is?
Anyway, so check out my channel,
sorry.
which used to be down here. Now it's a saying. I don't know why, but it right here. Culture Casino. Check out Culture Casino on YouTube, Minds, Odyssey, Rumble, Getter, and Twitter. And check me out also tomorrow night. We have a gold tier member stream, partying up with Comics' Sucker with a Lot of Dough, folks. And we're watching The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing.
John
in our
Carpenter's
watch
The
party.
Thing.
That's right. In our watch
Snowdup's going to
party.
join us if he can.
Yep. We got some real Thing fans that are going to be with us. And hopefully that's you. So check out the community tab tomorrow morning on my channel and over on Comics' channel as we post the actual show. So all you have to do is sign up for it if you are a gold tier or higher on my channel, or a sucker with a lot of dough and higher over on Comics Division's channel. And
on comicsdivision.com, I will send out emails to those that are
There you go.
eligible. Yes.
Yep. And
we had a lot of people get gifted memberships last Thursday.
Yeah.
So by all means, please show up.
Culture had
we
what,
have a lot of
70
fun
or something gifted memberships last night. So
82.
82.
All
Wow.
told.
82.
All
Wow.
told. Yeah, it was a big night. We had a lot of fun last night. Do find your way over to the Sunday night show. It is like nothing else that I do. There may be an occasional bad word. There's
It's
definitely
actually good.
questionable subject matter on there. And just a whole lot of fun. We've got more. We are going to
Culture's
hag
a
Max.
doll. That's all I'm going to say.
We're going to hag Max on Sunday. I'm just going to say that right now.
Okay.
On
Culture
that
said
note,
tits last night.
I did.
He didn't
Yes.
hold them though. He just said,
I'll take Letits now for 500, Culture.
I gotta go. On that note, thanks for having me. Do check out the 6 Minute Daily first thing tomorrow morning, and a video coming out tomorrow afternoon that it's iffy.
Do we get to kick somebody out?
Iffy.
Yeah, we
me.
get to kick Culture out.
All right. Thank God. Here we go.
Yes, I can definitely smell.
You said he had to go braid his beard.
Braid his beard.
Yeah, into his chest hair that's already braided into his pubes.
Oh my God.
"Wow, he's got hairy feet too."
Yep.
Sprayed into that.
Is he a Harfoot?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's like a pattern all the way down his body.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's the same thing. It's like Jack Murphy if he were like 4'9" tall.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Tina Guzman for $2 says,
Tina.
"Has anyone seen Alec Baldwin lately?"
Who?
No, we haven't had any women on the stream.
Yeah, we all know he only shoots at women. All right, Sabretooth Raptor, and we will be getting to your stuff, by the way, Sabretooth. I'll pull it up in a bit. Culture Casino and panel stars in new comedy series, This Old House, Home Improvement Show. Chaos happens by a teaching moment for what not to do, like not burn your house down.
We already had that. It was called Culture's DIY channel.
That's
Yeah.
right. Where he
Culture's
showed-
DEI channel.
He showed how good he was at working with wood on that channel.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a pretty handsy one right there.
All right. Engmar WK for $4.99. The news that Smash JT released today. Yeah, I did see the video
Saw
about the
that,
cat.
yeah.
About her cat named Gray Boy, which is a derogatory term for white men.
It's not one I've ever heard.
I've never heard it.
Never heard it either.
And the other thing too is her cat is actually gray. I'm actually going to give her the benefit of the doubt there. I don't know if that's the actual intention.
You remember the South Park episode about the Goobacks, the Go-Backs?
Yeah.
They would come back in time, taking the job, and all that stuff in there, how they were all
Taking
gray.
their
Took their job. Back to the pile. Jeeves. Yeah.
Maybe the cat is actually called Grey Joy, and she had it neutered. And
That
that's
could
why
be.
she-
It could very well be. So that I've heard this, believe it or not, as part of my required training.
Really?
Yeah. But
That's a bridge too far, Tox.
well, I'm a huge mix of different cultures and races and stuff, things like that. So if you're really looking for genetic diversity,
yeah,
you've hit the mother lode with my family tree from all over the place, right? Okay, there's
No, I just
everything.
want to make a low joke.
And yet he's more lily white than all of us on the
Yeah.
And
panel.
now you get me out in the sun working out there, and I will darken up and I will look like an American Indian. But right now, I am pasty white because I have been working indoors. And so it is 100% about skin color, all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you really want to talk about diversity and you really want to talk about minorities, the largest minority I know is my father. And I'll tell you why.
I was going to say the individual.
He has been married to the same woman for almost 60 years. He has only been with one woman. She stayed home with the kids, right? So he was the sole money winner and all that different things going on from there. And he was a Christian. That is the biggest minority out there. And,
Oh, I've got 3 out of the 4.
yeah, exactly. That's why Brahma has a lot of my respect, because
The wife wasn't able to stay home with the kids, but the other 3, yes.
And that's been the biggest difference between when my dad and I talked. That's been the biggest difference, is that his mortgage cost him 1 week's salary when he bought the house in 1969.
Not 400% of his salary.
And when I bought my first house, it was 2 weeks' salary. And now it's an entire family member has to work for that mortgage.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
And it's
been
health insurance. If you don't have it through work, that's the
you're
other family member.
screwed. Yeah.
Yep.
Your health insurance is very expensive if you actually use it.
It's expensive if you don't use it.
Yeah.
You're
That's
still
true.
paying the premium either way, and that premium is approaching mortgage levels, if not more than the mortgage level.
But let's you go medical stuff. You're still paying the same price as they're charging the insurance providers. But if you look at your EOB that comes back, there's a negotiated down amount. So if it's cost $600, your insurance is only going to pay $150 because that's a contracted amount. But if you go there without the insurance, you're paying the $600. And I'm like, how come I can't get the contracted amount? And that's because, well, you're just a single individual. And honestly, it's a wreck.
Well, there are some like urgent cares and some primary doctors that will give you a cash price that is different than,
they will do that.
They won't let you finance it, but if you were willing to pay cash right there on the spot, there's a price for that.
Oh yeah, that instant price cash stuff, they love that.
Yeah, they like getting paid right there on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to sit there and try to bill and try to deal with the insurance company and try to get the money from the customer afterwards for their copay and all that kind of crap. So, but yeah, and everything is a mess right now.
And video games.
Yep.
Well, and that's what they do. Everything. I've been through 5 recessions, some of them pretty deep in my lifetime. And how we got through it was our entertainment. And they've taken that away too.
Turned to trash.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I mean, the 80s were not that great financially, right? They started getting better towards the end. You had the internet boom coming through and all that. But look at all the movies, even just the Tango and Cash type movies, right? You could go there and you could see them at the Dollar Theater and just have a good time laughing at those things and feel better. And you don't have any of that now. And that's the Tuesday night stuff. We're trying to watch shows like that and have a good time. And it's one of the few times I'm with comics I actually look forward to think, oh wait, shit.
I was going to ask, did you watch the Babylon Bees movie yet?
No, I have not.
6th movie?
I do have access to it. I'm trying to see if I can share that out.
Is that out
January
now?
6th, the most deadliest day.
The most deadliest day.
Yeah. It's like the deadliest catch.
Right. Well, no, they make fun of.
It's a joke on the Democrats saying it's worse than 9/11.
I know.
The weathermen didn't actually blow up portions of the Capitol building.
No.
None of
Weather
that ever
Underground
happened.
never did
Weather
anything
Underground.
wrong. You're completely fine.
Yeah.
Bill Ayers was never part of that, and did not bring in Obama and everybody underneath Obama since.
Absolutely
Didn't
not.
blow up a portion of a Capitol building. Didn't try to kill senators and congressmen. But
Nope. No.
January
Totally.
6th,
We're
that
not
was bad.
radicals. They're just misunderstood. Yeah. It's all
Yeah.
those.
But come on, Bram.
All
be
that
fair.
violence comes from the right, never from the left.
Don't you see how dangerous it was having those grandmothers so close to those velvet ropes when they were walking
Yes.
around the Capitol
The
building?
most armed country in the world
They could have
tried to do a
knocked-
coup with no
They
weapons.
could have knocked that velvet rope over. Where would
Yep.
we be now?
Yeah, where would we have been?
I mean, you pick up one lectern and you're screwed for the rest of your life.
I feel bad for him. He actually follows me on Twitter, believe it or not.
Yeah, he's been making the rounds. I mean, we could probably get him on our show.
Yeah,
if we chose to.
I could probably ping him, and yeah.
We'd have to care first.
What, the lectern guy?
No, we would have to care first to get people on the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'd have to start working.
Yeah, we'd have to go back to booking guests.
I was gonna say I could reach out to him.
Reach out to him. Let's try and have guests on the show again. I think it'd be good. I do want to say though, I now understand. I now know how long it takes a country to forget one of the worst atrocities in its history, and that's about 20 years.
9/11
between 9/11 and here.
Well, it takes a new generation being born that doesn't have any
Mm-hmm.
connection to the last atrocity.
Yep. It's like Pearl
My
Harbor.
kids do. They
with
know
us.
about that.
Yeah.
Well, I
mean,
mean, it's
memorial.
just like once the Soviet Union fell, there's a new rise in communism because these kids didn't grow up through all the Cold War nuclear scare. They didn't hide under their freaking desks.
Right.
I mean, there are those there are the generations that know some of this stuff, and then after it was over, there's no recall back to that.
Right.
The kids born after that have no idea what any of it actually looks like.
Yep.
Yeah, I consider myself fortunate. I mean, I had a great uncle, my mom's uncle, who was on the Utah during the Pearl Harbor attack. So he came back and described everything that went on with us once as a family that I remember. And he was talking about how he heard the guys dying and drowning as he was trying to cut open the bottom of the Oklahoma, get people out. He tells a story about that. He never ate fish again. I also had a friend of mine who was the next street over. He was raised by his grandfather, who was part of Patton's Third Army that opened up one of the concentration camps. And he had photos from that and showed me those things. Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
and I
crazy.
had a 10th grade teacher who showed videos of us, that kind of stuff. And then there was a museum down too far down the road in Oklahoma City that had actual stuff made out of real people from Hitler's bunker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about that stuff. When you see that stuff,
fucking Ed Gein shit, man.
oh yeah, when you see all that stuff up front and you firsthand or even secondhand from people that were really there, this kind of stuff really pisses you off.
Mhm.
And this January 6th thing, I'm sorry, fuck you guys. No
Yeah,
absolute
it's a freaking
way.
joke.
It was
Yeah,
that any of that stuff.
It's
And
fucking retarded.
AOC and all her crap. Please. Yeah,
No, AOC is a politician. I don't care what she says about it.
yeah.
It's people like Destiny who have gone completely insane on the lefty streamer side of things. And it's like, dude, you know the truth. And you're just flat out lying.
Grifting is grifting.
Well, I think this is the thing that everyone needs to point out is that, and this is something that, even our politicians that are basically trying to combat this say, okay, we are the most heavily armed country in this nation. None of those protesters brought firearms. And you're telling me that this is an insurrection? That is preposterous. That is stupid. You should be ashamed for insinuating that.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they're scared to death of guns, and yet the side that has the guns would try to take over the government without using
them?
a gun.
Yeah, that's stupid.
No,
Not to
at
mention
worst,
that
it's
was
a
the
riot
point.
that slightly got out of hand.
Yes.
And it wasn't even really that out of hand compared to the rest of the riots we saw in 2020.
Yeah.
Nothing burned. A lectern got taken. Somebody sat at Nancy
a
Pelosi's
lectern got
freaking desk.
moved. A lectern got moved. It didn't
Yeah.
get taken because he's like, I picked it up. They took the photo, and it's like I put it down. That's
This
what
is
he
the
is
shit that
busted
scares
for.
me.
Yeah.
This is the shit that scares me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
There's more than
Yep.
enough proof this crap happened.
Yep.
Okay. More than enough. Stop this shit. Right.
Yep.
And that's, there's not enough people standing up and saying, no, you got to end this.
Yeah.
from there. And it's just, I really think we need to move the capital from where it is in D.C. to Ohio or Kansas or something like that. Because it's
anywhere
just
that's
become
flyover country.
Yeah, it's become its own country within a country. And that was one of the things Washington didn't want to have, was having a capital somewhere. He was one of the first ones suggested it move around. Because of this, what happens? You know, the Hamiltonians won out. There's a bigger centralized government, and look where we are. It's an administrative state. We are a socialist administrative state without actually being called a socialist administrative state, right?
But make no mistake, if they win this election, DC's not going to not only not be the capital at some point,
it'll be
like
a state.
you would like. It's going to be a state within the next year.
Yep.
That in Puerto Rico. And
yeah, and it was never meant to be a state.
Forevermore, you have one party rule.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they want. They've been ever since George Bush. That's what they've been hoping for. Trump was the great upset because it was funny because they actually did a Saturday Night Live skit about it, saying we thought this would be the last Republican president ever because that's what they want. They don't want two parties. They want one. They want one that wins and one that loses.
They want
and
one that
not
sits
how the
there
system,
and begs for scraps from the other party.
Yeah,
I mean that is ultimately what the uniparty is.
I didn't say Hamilton was a socialist. He was a Hamiltonian, which believed in big government. So there's a Hamiltonian side, the Federalists, and then the Jeffersonian that did not believe in it and did not want a large government, did not want to pander to people in large cities. And that's what I mean by that. He was not a socialist. No, he was not.
I don't think that term even existed then, did it?
No. Well, socialism
really didn't.
No,
because Marx hadn't been around and people weren't dumb enough to try it.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway.
I would say honestly that the concepts of socialism had been around because we've talked about the whole thing with like
they had been because some of the colony or when settlers first got here, they did try
not
to
the
do
Pilgrims, the Puritans. The Puritans tried it.
The Puritans tried it. Yeah.
And then they found out that people won't work.
There's a lot of things that didn't have names, but the concepts have been around for quite some time. So it's
we've got a whole new place. Let's try this. Let's have everybody contribute and everybody take from that contribution. And then they found out that people stop contributing when they don't have any ownership over it.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Anyway, I know what I would have done if I'd been sitting in Nancy Pelosi's office. I would have been looking through her drawers for stock trades.
Yeah.
You want to stock tips, guys. Yeah.
Stock tips.
Somebody said if you had followed Nancy Pelosi's stock trades, you would have gotten the best returns over the time that she's been in Congress.
Oh, hell yeah.
As rich as her.
Everything. Yeah. She's better than the Kramer stock picks. Everybody goes against the ones that he says.
I can't remember if we mentioned this last Thursday, but Kramer did come out and say Kamala Harris is a lock. The election's over.
Yeah.
So it's a lock. Trump wins.
Effect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kramer's never right, and he came out and said, "No, Kamala Harris is going to win. It's a lock. Guarantee it."
That's funny. All right, there's a couple more topics I want to hit on real quick. Some of them are going to be quicker than others. So we are aware that Clint Eastwood is going to be releasing his final film, which I did know the title of it, and apparently they're going to fucking dump this movie. And I saw the trailer today, and this movie looks really interesting, really fucking interesting. So I'm actually looking forward to this. I don't know if there's going to be a theater around me that's going to play it because apparently when this comes out, so this movie's called Juror number 2. They're only going to be releasing it in 50 theaters.
Yeah, it seems likely or unlikely that one of your locals would be playing it.
Yeah. This movie looks interesting. What it is about from the trailer is that this guy gets selected for jury duty. Apparently one night it was raining and he hits something and he thinks it's a deer. He's looking around trying to find where, what he hit. But he was on a bridge. So apparently what he hit went over the bridge. So the murder trial he gets selected for is this guy and his girlfriend, they get into a fight, and she's basically found dead, and they think that he killed her. Well, it turns out, this is what the trailer is alluding to, is that maybe this juror accidentally hit her and didn't kill an animal, but killed this woman instead. And it's like, wow, that's kind of an interesting concept for a movie.
Yeah.
So, but apparently it's getting fucking dumped. And this is Clint Eastwood's final film. Wow.
You know, multiple Oscar winner.
Yeah, potential multiple Oscar winner. But the one thing I thought was really interesting.
He has already.
Yeah. Yeah, he has. The one thing I thought was really interesting that Zaslav said, and I'm going to read this paragraph right here. It says, a leak conference call has Zaslav complaining about Eastwood's box office flop, cry macho, after executives told Zaslav that they had doubted the movie would turn a profit. Zaslav asked, then why did we make it if you had reservations? Then when they replied that Eastwood had given the studio many hits and never delivered a movie late or over budget, he answered, we don't owe anyone any favors. Okay. By the way, this also applies to Todd Phillips. Just throwing that out there. This is the reason why I think Todd Phillips' career is not going to go so swimmingly at Warner Brothers. I understand what Tom has said, and I get his point. But this right here makes me think that it potentially he's fucked. If they're basically, sorry, cat just walking on the mixer.
Well, I mean, all me and Tom were saying was he's not going to be blacklisted.
Oh no, I don't think
he may not get another job with Warner Brothers, but he'll still direct again. But
I'm not saying he's blacklisted, but I think it's definitely going to impact his career negatively, very negatively. I don't think he's going to get the Jar Jar Abrams treatment right now.
I don't think he'll get to do his indie stuff. I think he'll be hired if there's something they think he can handle that is not him writing and not him having creative control over.
I don't think they'll be handing him large budgets anytime soon.
Probably not.
But it's a shame because, like I said, the trailer for this movie looks amazing. I want to check it out. Hopefully,
is all politics, though.
It is. It's studio politics. It's bullshit.
It's not just studio politics. It's politics.
Oh, well, yeah.
Clint Eastwood has the wrong politics.
Yeah, he's conservative. Yeah.
He's been in Friends of Abe since the beginning. I mean, they do not like him.
I'm not surprised.
I just know that when Clint Eastwood passes away,
which will be soon,
the gloves will be off and they will destroy him in the media, the left-wing Hollywood media.
Oh, of course they will.
They will totally piss on his grave.
They've done that to everyone who's to the right of Mal. So
yeah, they're waiting. They're just waiting for their chance.
Yep. So the final story, this one's for Toxic Man Flu, because I'm sure he feels represented. The new Hawkeye is Native American, non-binary, and twin soul.
Finally, I can see myself in a Marvel comic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know about that. Even though he's non-binary, it still looks like he's got some muscles in his arms.
That's true. I don't. I just have these balls. I'm surrounded by balls.
So apparently, before I read the story and I saw this post on Twitter, I was just like, so basically, they've replaced Kate Bishop, and the only way you can replace a female is with somebody who's going to be either trans or non-binary,
intersectionally more lower or higher on the totem,
higher on the oppression scale, right?
Yep.
So this is actually happening in the Ultimates universe, the new Ultimates universe. After they went through all that trouble
the new.
after they went through the trouble of getting rid of all the multiverses, and it did an about face and have immediately gone and started adding in more multiverses. My favorite is that his name is Charlie Ramsey.
Jeez.
with no E on the Charlie.
Yeah,
So the girl spelling of Charlie.
I guess that would make sense.
I like the paragraph above it where it says they join.
Yeah, they join the ranks of other legendary heroes like Sam Wilson, Captain America, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, Kamala Khan's Miss Marvel, Laura Kinney's Wolverine. She's not called Wolverine. She's X-23. Jane Foster's Thor. She's just Jane Foster. And, of course, Kate Bishop's Hawkeye. It's just Kate Bishop.
Every one of those is a woman,
So there's-
and I include Sam Wilson.
Yes.
So
Well, the
so
funny
there
thing
is
is
still Kate Bishop's Hawkeye and this Hawkeye?
Yeah. Yeah. It gets rather confusing and reductive because they're all called Hawkeye. But this guy, Charlie Ramsey, is an Earth 6160. It's not 616, guys. It's 6160.
Oh, it's 100 times better.
Yes. Yeah. And this is kind of like, the joke is, Marvel's saved. But yeah, he's the thing I think is really interesting. So he's Lakota, and the inspiration, the reason why they went with the non-binary route is apparently, I'm trying to find what the name of the organization that they based it off of. Oh, here we go. It's the Water Protector / Standing Rock. So basically, when you had that Dakota Pipeline thing going on, you have all those Native Americans that were protesting.
Mm-hmm.
That was the inspiration. And they said basically, apparently a lot of people involved were queer, and Two-Spirit organizations were involved in the movement. And so that's the reason why.
That's a big thing now, Talks.
That's what they're
apparently
saying.
all Indians were Two-Spirit and queer.
Yeah, that was that's a
Toxic.
lot of shit.
But apparently they were very much involved with that Dakota Pipeline protest, Talks.
Yeah, a lot of shit taken out of context with that.
Yeah.
And
That's what I figured.
just like the Black Samurai thing, it's the same thing. I bet you the people that are writing this, you're going to look at it, they're lily white as I am.
I want to say one of the artist is Hispanic. Trying to find who.
I am glad you have adopted that description.
What,
Lily
Hispanic?
white? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if anybody comes to the meetups and meets you, they're going to immediately be like, Elizabeth Warren.
Exactly. They're going to say the same thing. I've got to pull out my blood test. I'm going,
Yeah, so
okay.
I think
Eric July is a Creek Indian. Remember the Julys? Remember the so am I.
Mhm.
Okay. So there you go. They let a lot of people in.
oh my god, I'm going to highlight this but not read it, but that's fucking hilarious. Vertical Horizons.
How did he know what my Indian name was?
Everybody could figure that one out, buddy.
Oh god. All right.
Okay, so Diaz Camp and artist Juan I can't. I'm retarded.
I feel like somebody
It's too
just lit a
small for me
flamethrower.
to read, so I can't help you.
Frigery. Juan Frigery. I'm guessing that's
Could
how you
you
say that.
make that a little bigger?
Friggery. Friggery.
Friggery? Okay.
Friggery.
Frigary.
Friggery.
Friggery.
Friggin'
Free
in the
Gary
rigging.
Fringloss.
Juan Frigary. And
Well, you know,
Denise Camp.
This is what happens
There
when
it
culture's
is.
not here to complain, okay? I miss embiggening. So,
So you can only embiggen when culture's around. All right, I got it.
yeah. When he tells me to embiggen,
He's
pretty
your
awkward for your
advisor.
marriage.
it's like Apache Chief, right? You know, he has to tell me to.
Oh, that's
never
right,
mind.
Apache Chief. Erect chalk. Yeah, that was what he did. He used erect chalk, and I'm like, okay, great, awesome. Teaching us all
so
about
Tox,
erections.
do you feel represented in comics now?
No, I never really did.
He felt plenty represented in Echo.
I did that.
They just need at this point to stick a fork in it because Marvel
Call
is
it done?
Marvel
Yeah.
is done.
Eventually,
is
they
the-
will run out of other people's money.
If this is the depths that
Disney's
they have to
money.
scrape to get a story, it's pointless. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the world's burning down around us, and this is what they're concerned about. Yeah.
Well,
But,
gonna
but,
be-
the Twin
gonna be-
Souls were involved in the Dakota Pipeline protests. Brian,
Where are they?
didn't you know that needs to be represented on paper?
Well,
It's
yeah.
it's gonna be awesome when Hawkeye's daughter, Kate Bishop, who is still Hawkeye, and the new
Technically
Hawkeye.
not
Charlie
Yeah,
have
technically
a
not his buddy.
threesome because you've got two spirits and a chick involved, and you get the MMF threesome. But is it
Is that
MMF
a
if it's
double
non-binary?
scissoring?
I don't know
I
anymore.
don't know what that is.
Double your scissor, double your fun. I
They've
guess.
got nothing else to write about.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
you didn't
they don't
become a
start out
man.
with here's a story or a plot. It's let's name some identities and then shove them into some panels. And
That
we're
is the
done.
plot and the story.
Yeah.
All of these people in real life, that's their whole plot
It's
and
their
story. That's
whole
all they identify
identity.
as. There is nothing else to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are in a sad state when it comes to not just entertainment but society as well. I hate this whole thing of, identity is the most important thing. I get it. It's important to a point, right? But you get to the point where it's like you have to move on. You have to move past it.
It's the identity stuff, but it's more than that, because even like my daughters, they're like, oh yeah, everybody's got a touch of the tism. And it's like, no, they don't. Not everybody has a touch of autism.
Oh, that. Okay.
People used to have what were called personalities, and everything in your generation, Gen Z and Gen Alpha, everything is some form of tism. When in reality, it just used to be called personalities. Like you had an addictive personality like I do. Like I like bourbon. I smoke. I do a lot of both of those things.
You suck dick.
I did
It's
not do anything
addictive.
before that. I had something else that I was addicted to. It's an addictive personality. But in all of these younger generations' minds, it's a touch of the tism. Everybody's got some kind of tism. And it's no, that's not how it works. That is an actual thing, autism.
Well, they're trying to turn
having
personalities
different
into a mental
interests
disorder.
like Dira said, having a passion or an interest or having just a different type of personality is not autism. It's just people have different interests, passions, and personalities.
What they want is for everyone to be identical in every way.
But they also want everybody to be individual in every way. And that's where you get all of this individual identity all roping down to one thing. This is my identity.
I think the other thing too, part of it is the fact that with these younger generations is that they all want to be special. And the reality is that we're not all special. Okay. That's just it. I'm not special. Tox isn't special. Maybe Brian, I don't know. He's special ed. Not special
I
ed,
do have
technically.
special needs.
Yeah.
He is.
But I mean, that's just the reality, right? Is the
vagina.
fact that everybody has to be special. That's what they're trying to go for. But the problem is that when everyone's special, nobody's special.
Yeah.
That it's
Right.
like
it's the same as the participation trophy at that point.
But it's one of the least interesting things, and I know others have said it in the chat, for me in a story is what someone's sex life is all about, or what color they are. All these things,
Especially
are
in
not
your
interesting.
freaking superheroes,
Just
who you shouldn't
tell
know
us a
anything about their
story.
sex life for the most part.
That's
I'm
kind of
too
the
old
thing.
to be
Yeah. You don't have to get into relationships with anything. I mean, if you're playing a game where you're I'm going to use Cuphead, for example, running around doing stuff, do you really need to know the sexual identity of that cup?
Yeah.
No, you don't. Fucking Sonic the Hedgehog. You don't need to know Sonic's pronouns. Okay, he's a fucking hedgehog, and he
Sonic
goes
has
around running and
pronouns?
collecting rings. Yes,
And even
Probably not
Mario.
used in-
it's obvious.
I mean, sure, you kind of get an idea about the sexuality, but it's more the hero's story.
Mhm.
He's going to save the damsel in distress. It's
Rescue the
not that
princess.
he's going to get laid at the end.
After fighting Bowser, he damn well better be. I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, he should. I mean, that's more than paying for a date, but
Yeah. No, but I
that's
get
not
the point.
That's
That's what I'm
not
getting
the
at.
point of the game. It's the hero's journey. I mean, he's a freaking plumber who now has to take on a whole bunch of stuff that plumbers don't normally take care of to go save a damsel in distress.
Agreed. It's just ridiculous. I mean, it's like the whole thing with Concord where the robot has pronouns. It's like, what does a fucking robot have pronouns? That's
But this
dumb.
this is the whole point of when went off a year ago
Mhm.
on Starfield. Keep it out of the games. We don't need it. We don't need any of this crap in games, in entertainment.
Well, especially when your
If it's
game
not-
fucking sucks.
If it's not a major plot point, it doesn't need to be brought up.
No.
Why is it the first thing brought up and everything?
It's always the first thing now. But that's all they've got.
That's all we've gotten for the last 10, 15 years. It's the first thing that anybody mentions. In fact, it's gotten to the point where, I mean, we've all seen it. People will actually walk up to you and be, what are your pronouns? My pronouns are this. It is the first thing that describes you in their minds.
Mm-hmm.
It is not the first thing that describes me in any way. I do not walk up to anybody and give pronouns.
Yeah. Well, and it goes
If
back
you can't
to
figure it out, screw you.
Being gay or straight is not a personality trait, right? That's the big,
It's not
the big
supposed to be.
takeaway. It's not supposed to be. You know, I mean, yeah. And that's the thing that sucks about it. As I always put it, you know, it's the least interesting thing I find about a person is their sexuality. I legit, I don't fucking care.
Unless you're the person in bed with them.
Right.
What do
That's
you
a
care?
totally different story. Yeah. But it sucks because, and on top of that, when you make it a personality trait, I'm gonna say it cheapens it.
Or a whole personality.
You're cheapening that individual when you make their sexual identity a personality trait because there's more to that person than just who they screw, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing that I find so disgusting about it. Is like, I don't fucking care. There's other things that are going to find more interesting about you than your fucking sexuality.
It's not much different from the political side of things.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how many people have abandoned me because I will actually wear a red MAGA hat. Friends that I've known since middle school that will not speak to me because I wear a MAGA hat. Because they consider that your whole personality at this point.
Yep.
Just because you have support for one side or the other. It's no different. It's just putting people in boxes and then placing them where you think they need to be. It's not taking the whole person into account. And then, okay, maybe we don't talk politics when we're together. We've been friends since middle school. Maybe that's the answer. Don't talk politics. And, you know, what was everything else our friendship was built on prior to politics or prior to Trump specifically? I mean, there are ways to be adults. But adults don't want to be adults anymore.
No, they
want to focus on one thing about people, and that's the box they get put in. It is the intersectionality. Even though we don't want to play that game, it's become so invasive into all of social interactions that we're kind of forced to play it at this point.
I know. That's the thing. It's so fucking unfortunate. It really is. You know, it's, I know Toxis said this, you know, there's times where I'm glad I'm 50, for multiple reasons. A, I don't have to worry about dating, based off of the shit that I saw on Brandon's stream with the whole, you know,
oh hell,
hag
with the
maxers.
robots or
Yeah.
the hag maxers.
Yeah. Hag maxing.
But with the robots and stuff from Culture's stream last night, if I ever get divorced, I'm not going back into the dating pool. I'll get a freaking robot.
Yeah.
Screw that.
Send it down to the liquor store to get some bourbon for you.
If for any reason I'm back into the single life, not a chance I'm going back into the dating pool.
Yeah.
I've already done my job. I had kids. They're procreating. I'm out.
Yeah, there's that, and then there's all this shit I see that like socially we're going. I'm just like, God damn it, just I can't deal with this crap. I'm glad I own property in the middle of nowhere because I'm gonna retire there and just die there one day.
I'm driving an RV down there and going to go to the farthest portion of your land and not ever see you. And definitely not ever see Matt.
Unfortunately, I'll be there first, Brahma. You'll have to go to a different part of the land.
It'll be called the Four Corners Podcast. Because all of you are at the different corners of his ranch, never see each other, but podcast every day.
We're all in the same piece of land, but we never broadcast from the actual same room.
So, Nick, have you thought about hag maxing?
We'll just
I'll
send
be
the
in the
robots to talk
secret.
to. Just send the robots to talk to each other.
Yeah, that's right. We just do that. We just send drones.
Yeah, we send our sex robots to talk to each other. They can
But I'll
gossip
be in
amongst
the-
each other about all of us.
Yeah.
And I'll be in the bunker that I'm secretly having built on his land right now that he doesn't know about.
You mean the one that's covered by the rattlesnake den?
Exactly.
Underneath the shed?
Yeah, right.
Underneath
I'm breeding them just so you guys will stay away.
Nobody's going to visit Talks because nobody wants to deal with the rattlesnakes.
I used to joke with my wife, say, if we ever get divorced, I'm just going to get a real doll. It's going to be a lot less hassle.
I mean, that's essentially it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm never divorcing Mrs. Flew. I will be leaving this relationship in a pine box. So I don't have to worry about that.
See, that's the thing. You said you're never divorcing her, but then there's that whole other side where she can do it to you.
all I can say
He's
is
not going to let her
Talks-
out of the house. At that
all I
point.
can- Talks. I hope I hope you're not dead when she puts you in the pine box.
I
hope
might
you're not
be.
alive. Sorry.
I might not be. You
Not
never know.
alive, Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ring the bell.
She-
I'm alive.
Yeah.
Bring out your
She won't
dead.
care.
Soul 123 says, I'm 40. Dating is fucking awful. Not worth it. That is insane, dude. I mean, it's like dating when I was in my 20s was difficult, right? Because it's, you know, especially when you're a bit socially awkward and an introvert and you don't like going to parties to meet people and you don't know what to talk to people about. I get that being difficult, but now, I mean, it's just
It's a minefield,
difficult
I
for
guess.
other reasons. It's not because of
Now
social
it's-
awkwardness. It's
Now it's just app screwing.
well,
So-
not only that, it's like you have these 20-year-olds that want to date somebody who's 6 foot and already making 6 figures at 25. It's like, that's not fucking realistic.
That's maybe 5% of the population, and they don't want someone with a body count as high as yours.
Yep.
No, it's
Yeah,
less than
so-
that. You can, I mean, there is a calculator where
Yeah.
girls can go in and put in the things that they say that they want. And it turns out to be like 0.01% of the
Yeah, you ain't
population in
getting
the in the US.
Not everyone can be like me.
And guys go in and type in sandwich.
Yeah.
And right, what are we getting? 40%
And
now.
they just get slapped with meat when they type in
So
sandwich.
Rhaegar says that Tox took back the land out of protest on his property for the past transgressions. That's right. What are you doing here? This was my land first, bro. Exactly. That's what I'm going to pull. So there you go.
It's not Oklahoma. I'm not even near Oklahoma, Tox. Good luck with that, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I was born there.
Yeah, it's a great state.
Not saying
It's
it's
always
not.
on top of Texas.
Oh, I
Okay.
don't know.
Oh, it's
Woodward,
okay,
not so
Oklahoma
great.
has been bothering Texas since 1912. You buy T-shirts in Dallas with that on them.
Mhm.
Oklahoma
I
bothering
did get
us
it.
since 1912.
The delusion calculator. All right. So Sabertooth Raptor is nice enough to go and send us these lovely 3D images. Let's go and check them out before we call
We
them
got some
a night.
memes too. So
Oh, we'll
just
get
let you
those
know.
soon. All right. Let's see. Right there. I know this is like the underside, so I'll try and find like the front shot of it. So this is Ace's Wild Ace's Wild Casino is the name of the ship. This is the front.
Mm,
Yeah, very cool.
it looks nothing like Culture Casino.
No, it is not.
It had that little thingy pointing out.
I,
so
I
maybe
don't
this-
see
looks-
a weave.
It looks efficient and practical and stylish.
I want to
This
know.
is- that
Okay,
last
so this-
view. That last view would probably drive Culture Casino completely insane.
It would. It needs to arrange.
It's
The
not centered.
OCD of it not being centered would drive Culture Casino completely out of his mind.
This is pretty cool. So this
I like
next
this
one
edge. Yes.
is from the saucer section. It's the USS Ace's Wild Casino in XC90.
Isn't that some kind of workout program?
That's like PX5 or something, or
Mm-hmm.
I lost a lot of money playing Aces Wild at a casino.
Sorry.
This
I
is
don't
just
know.
making me sad now.
That was my addictive personality problem.
what? Playing gambling?
Gambling.
Or the firewater?
No, the firewater was never. Well,
Fire water.
okay, yeah.
Firewater.
You got to say it correctly.
Fire water.
Fire water took
Fire
many
water.
of our people.
All right, let me see. I think I still have a few here? All right. Did I not get this one?
No.
I don't think I got this one either. Okay. The last one is from Angmar. Okay. Pinochet's helicopter tours. How do credits work? How would employees feel that the company is hiding their involvement? Oh, talking about credits in the credits at the game in the game. Devs have to be upfront with contractors. What happens to the useless DEI who never should have got the job in the first place? No, that's a good question. How do credits work? Well, I mean, they're supposed to show up at the end, and when you're giving credit to a company, unless they are specifically saying, "Hey, don't put us in the credits." I don't know.
And there's not that many people who actually watch the credits in a video game.
Yeah, well, we got some autistic people out there that will.
There will be some, and they will be looking specifically for stuff like that. But the rest of us, no, we just hit New Game Plus.
Yep. All right, Pinochet's helicopter tours for $2. I guess BlackRock and its minions will have to be forced to get comfortable with not getting my money. Yeah.
Yeah, if they're actually funding the games, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're pretty comfortable because they'll just print more money. They'll just get governments to print them more money.
Yep.
Once we went off the gold standard, pretty much that's where that stuff ended up.
Yep. Pinochet's helicopter tours for $2. It's a Fed orchestrated riot. Agreed. Because I know that you mentioned this, how they fired in gas canisters into the crowd, which got it going. A Reichstag fire stops saying January 6th is otherwise. No, I agree with you, man.
Yeah, 100%.
None of us are saying it is.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I was going to bring up the whole thing with what you said about them firing the canisters in. Previously, we weren't talking about it. I just didn't get a chance to mention it. But yeah. Put the Capitol in the bottom of the Potomac. Pinochet's helicopter tours for $2. For I have sworn upon the altar of God eternal hostility against every form of tyranny over the minds of man. Thomas Jefferson and me too.
Guy,
that is a very, very good quote from him.
Yes. Jefferson was pretty fucking based, that's for sure.
And he had a high whistly voice.
Nick the Greek for $4.99 says, I like the video of the guy asking women who says hype matters to stand on a scale. Great stuff.
Yeah. Because they have standards, but they don't think they should be held to a standard.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, let's get to these memes.
Well, real quick, there's a few people in chat that have been saying, yeah, the dating pool really does suck.
Yeah.
Don't do the app thing. I mean, if I had to get back into the dating pool, what I'm doing is joining like a mixed bowling league, going to church, you know, trying to meet people through social interactions. Friends, sure, but I mean, get into social groups that are mixed company. I would not go into the apps.
Yeah,
I mean, but I'm 21, 22 years removed from it, so I can't say a whole lot.
So,
but I mean,
I wouldn't know where to fucking start, man. I really wouldn't.
Brahma,
church would be a good one, and I think like bowling leagues, dart leagues, you know, mixed
hockey games,
mixed things. Yeah,
just for me,
hot
Brahma,
chicks go to hockey games. Yeah,
you should just do it the old-fashioned way. Get hammered down at the pub.
Yeah,
yeah. You can
see where you end up. I realize I need to get the you know, the how long people have been a member. So Timon,
some stars,
14 months as a member. That's fantastic, man. Brian also 19 months as a member.
Wow, 19 months, Brian.
That is insane. Razorburn, 2 months as a member. Comics and culture. You fans of the band? Neubauten. I can never say it. I know it's German. Neubauten. Saw them back in 91 and 2004. One of the best shows I experienced. I've heard Blixa puts on an amazing show. I've heard stories about how Neubauten had a jet engine on stage and played it as an instrument during a show. My friend that went there saw it. It was pretty fucking crazy.
I won't be here Thursday because I'm seeing Godsmack.
Yes.
For my 4th or 5th time.
Really? Okay. Wow.
Yeah. They have never put on a bad show.
Yeah.
Every single time I've seen them. Folie is fantastic. When they pull out the double drum when Folie's on the drums and the drummer's on the drums. Fantastic. It's good stuff every time. I'm looking
Those
forward
things
to
are
it.
always too loud.
I've never seen them live. That's why you bring earplugs, man.
They're so good live. If you
No, I
like
think-
them even a little bit,
Yeah.
they're worth seeing
I was
live.
in a Judas Priest Testament Ministry and Megadeth on the same stage, right? So they were there, and I was down in the mosh pit for that. And yeah, I couldn't hear anything in the lower registry for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's why I started wearing earplugs, man.
Earplugs.
I did Static X followed by
Static
Pantera
X.
once
Nice.
in the
My heart's
mosh pit.
vibrating.
That one was crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Now I go for things
Inebriated
like Lawrence
Plutarch.
Welk.
Celebrating 8 months as a member. That looks like a cheap ripoff of Huntress.
Oh, the
Yeah.
it does.
Hawkeye.
Yeah, Hawkeye. Hawk.
Hawk
Them.
one eye.
Yeah. All right, Tox. I know you got me.
Oh,
queued up.
Mad's in the chat.
Yeah. He
ET
still
coming out of
loves
shells
the
with-
coming out of their shells.
I am.
He hates it that I've never seen either of the any of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies. I never watched the cartoon either.
I loved the cartoon as a teenager.
I never watched it. Ever.
True story. This is a real photo of Culture Casino and Comics Division. I went forward in time, and this was them together.
On that piece of land.
Monkey Jeebus found that, put that out there. So
Talks his bunkers.
Oh, the
is
thing
behind
that's so weird about it is
yeah, my
the
bunker's right
shit
over
that
here.
Hillary wears, man. It is so weird.
She looks like she should. She really looks like she belongs in one of the '80s Doctor Who episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
she
it's that stretched piece of skin
A
out of the new
Silurian.
Who.
She's a Silurian, I think.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Since we've got the Clintons represented on screen, did you guys see what Bill Clinton did today?
Yeah.
What?
He's out on the campaign tour for
God,
Kamala Harris,
yeah,
and he
yeah.
basically
Threw her under
comes
the
out and
bus.
says, well, Laken Riley would still be alive if Kamala was doing her job as the borders are.
Threw her right under the bus.
I thought that was fucking funny. Do you kind of think that maybe they're trying to sabotage her chances?
Oh, I
Did you-
know, but
did you
I
hear
know
about how-
Biden is trying to sabotage her. I don't know about the rest of them, but that
Well,
one was pretty good sabotage.
Apparently, Barack Obama was lecturing a bunch of black men to
Oh,
make
yeah.
sure that they vote for the
Hey,
kind of black
hey.
woman.
Brothers, I know you don't like women, but I mean, she was educated
I
at the
don't.
same
That's why
college
I
as
married
you.
a man.
You got to vote for her.
Do as you're told.
Yeah, she's dressed like a Bond villain. That's a good one, Masgrave. That is accurate.
She's going to
It's
go
a-
schmelting.
She looks like she makes costumes for The Incredibles. All right. Next up.
Pantsuits.
yeah.
If she was a Bond villain, she'd be pantsuits galore.
Pantsuits
I'm
galore.
confused right now.
Is that Sydney Sweeney's body with Culture Casino's face?
I believe so.
It seems likely.
Or it is just a blonde woman with large breasts.
Look,
Large
if you-
cans.
If you've got a brown paper bag, you're good.
Well, did you guys see what they did to Lara Croft and the Tomb
Haley
Raider?
Atwell.
Yeah, Haley Atwell, who has a massive rack, but they basically made Lara Croft look like a dude.
Yeah.
Look at that.
terrible.
And Haley Atwell is doing the voice for her.
Yes, that's why I brought
That's
that
the
up.
dick
Yeah, but
supplier.
the first thing that hit Twitter today was a fake image. So then it got community noted that no, this is a fake version of Haley Atwell's breasts. They're not that large. These are modified. So then somebody went out and got a picture of her where they look just as good and said, fine, these are the real ones. Comparison still stands.
Yeah, she is definitely well endowed in the chest department.
Yes.
Oh dear God, really?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's you looking really good there. As a
Comics
gay
Electra.
elf.
No, it's
No, I
Wiccan.
think that's the pagan as a Wiccan.
Yeah, that's Wiccan from
Is that from Agatha?
Agatha.
Yeah.
Oh man, you are so screwed.
I guess.
You look real pretty as a girl. Oh, here we go. Laura Cock. There it is.
Cock.
There it is.
You know that's AI
Oh,
generated
It
because
is.
in between the tits, there's only ever 3 lines on a shirt, not 4.
That's true. That's true.
You look at every picture of women in a tight shirt, there's always 3 lines if they've got great
And you've
tits.
looked closely.
Yes.
This is parroted. For every dollar you give me, that's one less dick I have to suck. There you
And then
go.
there's a whole line just slightly off of the screen that says it's only $1 to get my dick sucked.
$1? Oh boy.
Oh my God, the cock.
Oh, dear.
Oh my God, the cock.
Let's see. All right, 'cause it says
That's
the-
nightmare fuel
Oh
right
my
there.
God, the cock.
George Soros, not George, Klaus Schwab's going to walk
Oh my
behind
God, the cock.
naked.
Okay, you can stop it now. That's
I can stop what?
That
Yeah,
looks
that.
even more Jack Murphy than usual.
yeah, it really does.
I don't know what you're talking about. I thought that was pretty good. What?
I'm never going to the beach again, ever. That's the last time. Just in case.
Lisa, pics or it doesn't happen.
Beach.
She's going to go
says
put on a
Davina.
tight shirt to see if the
Beach
3-line rule is true.
I think we need proof, Brahma. I'm disputing your claim. I think we need proof.
I agree with that.
Well, we've got a whole internet of proof.
All right. Brian.
That is Brian. I'm not dead yet. Yeah. Well, I had a nice little show today talking about my road trip to see Judas Priest and Sabaton. Sabaton were superb. So if anybody wants to go back and check out the photos and clips I took, video clips I took from that gig and some other stuff about that trip, that stream is there to be viewed. Tomorrow night, in a bold bit of counter programming, I will be on Toxic Tuesday with Nick, where we're doing Scream 2 tomorrow. Various other shows, but Saturday, obviously, Brahma and I, Bourbon and Boarding, firmly back in the saddle for that. So lots of action to report on after a full week of hockey. And then next Monday on my channel, we're going to go back to the movies and we'll be talking about this wonderful movie here, Dark Star. So that's next Monday's show. As always, thank you for letting me be on the show, and thank you to everybody in the chat for being here.
Thank you, sir.
I like how he said, I saw Judas Priest and Sabaton. Sabaton was good.
No, Priest were good too, but I'd seen them before. Sabaton I'd never seen, so that was...
Okay.
Yeah, no, Priest were great. Sabaton were very, very good.
Yeah, with more counter programming tomorrow. I've got my usual gaming stream, so go hang out with the guys and watch the movie. The Thing, I believe, is what you guys are watching, right?
The Thing.
Yep. And then Thursday night we're back here. Friday I'm on Ascend and Art. Saturday Bourbon and Boarding. We'll see how the season goes, because if the Avs don't win a freaking game, I'm going to just take the season off.
You're doomed.
You could be a Blackhawks fan.
No.
All right. I'm just saying.
Sunday morning, we've got the flagship show, The Bullpen. Announcement, according to YouTube backstage, I am now at the 3,000 hours needed for monetization.
Fantastic.
I just have to wait the 5 days for the rolling, count to actually catch up. And I will be trying to get monetized. We will see how that goes.
So I can stop watching your crap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I could use a buffer because I know they'll take away hours from me.
I got done watching all the political stuff. Now I watched half the gaming, so now I'm watching Bourbon and Boarding. And that bald guy you got on your Bourbon and Boarding show sure is sexy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, the Bourbon and Boarding is
on there.
Bourbon and Boarding is the one I'm worried about them saying, no, this is reused content. So I don't know if they'll count those hours when they actually go and look. But I think we're at the 3,000 hours, so we will be applying for monetization, getting ready for the election stream, which we will be simulcasting between me and comics. And I'm working on a few guests, and I will be talking with comics backstage about seeing what guest he might be able to pull as well. So get ready for November 5th. It's going to be a fun night. Have a good one, everybody.
Thank you. Man Flu.
So I'm going to share this, and then we'll get into the pitch part of the program. I'm just going to say it. Let's see Joe Biden take our guns now. They're on the stairs. Can't take them, bastard.
All he has to do is fall up all the stairs.
Oh my God!
Anything on the stairs.
No, it's funny.
All right,
that's almost as dangerous as putting Secret Service agents on a slightly sloped roof.
Yes, those poor bastards. They'll never make it. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Central. So 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Pacific. We're going to be watching The Thing with members. Take My Money Diameter Above on Comics Division and comicsdivision.com. And gold members for Culture Casino. Be looking at the community chat tomorrow morning for those, and then I will send out emails to those who are members on the comicsdivision.com website. We're watching The Thing, the 1982 version. Snowdub may join us. We'll invite some other people who really enjoy The Thing too, so we can have some good commentary on the movie while it's there. The Aliens double feature we had a couple of weeks ago was really great, so join us and have a good time.
If your name is green, shows up green in chat, it means you are a member to the channel, and come hang out with us. I mean, it would be a lot of fun. We've been doing this for a couple months now, and
it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, the more the merrier. And as we mentioned, if you want to throw us like $5, you can jump on the stream with us and hang out and watch the movie with us. And we do not broadcast this on YouTube or Rumble because we're actually watching the movie together. We do it as a webinar to where people can go and show up and watch the movie, and they have the opportunity to join us on the panel to watch it as well. So
it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it has been.
Alien movies were great. Dodgeball was phenomenal. I laughed through that whole thing.
Yep. And we'll have another double feature in 2 weeks, which is going to be T1 and T2.
Yep. Yeah. No, we noticed we had 4 weeks November, so we decided to do some of those. Yep. We're planning on doing a Judge Dredd double feature with Judge Dredd and Dredd.
Yes.
As well. We've also got like Fifth Element, and we've got a lot of suggestions and stuff, films in there as well. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I encourage people to stop by and do that. And we'll try not to. We've been talking about maybe changing things around so we're not stepping on Nick, but we'll worry.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure that one out as we get through there.
Yep. Also, Eric K gifted 5 memberships.
Thank you, Eric K. Very nice of you. We'll be back for Thursday Night Throwdown. Please go watch some of Brahma's content and give him a little buffer so that he can get monetized. He's been working real hard for that. And if you haven't seen 70 shows on Monday, please just go watch some of those. There's some really good shows. The guy's got a lot of good connections in music and some really good stuff there. So go give him a watch. And Culture Casino can, kiss my ass. So Friday Night Tights, and then you got Culture doing his stuff on Saturdays, Comics doing a game with Geeks and Gamers, 10 a.m. Saturday morning. We'll be doing our show on Culture After Dark on Sunday night, but in the morning you can get up and talk politics with Brahma. He's up there. What time do you broadcast that Sunday show, Brahma?
10:30 Mountain, 11:30 Central.
Yeah. So
right after I watch Floral do church, then I get going on the politics. Yeah.
So it's a good show. I've watched a little bit of that. They've had Ian on a few times. So good stuff from good people. So go out and see that.
Agreed.
Someday I'll make another video. Speaking of another video, let's see if I've got. All right.
Coming in harder than an 18-year-old on Viagra, it's Roland Vetched.
There he is, Roland. That's all you, buddy. If you're still out there. If you're still out there. That's all you come out. So, have a good night. I'm good. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, and been rolling Brahma Bull stuff. Fuck that guy. All right, go.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. that sexy guy at the top of that list. That 70s rock fan.
Give Brahma a buffing.
Master Rave says he's so angry that we stream that early on Sundays because he's usually hungover. So am I, sir. So am I.
That's funny.
Doing bourbon and boarding a few hours before doing a Sunday show. It was not excellent planning on my part.
Yeah, because what time is it? Is it 10 a.m. your time when you do it, or is it 9?
10:30 my time.
10:30.
But
Okay.
we also do the bourbon and boarding at what 9:15. So we usually go till about 11, and then it takes a little while to come down from doing a stream. So I still go to bed at about 2 o'clock on Saturday nights, and then
I love
show 8 hours later.
When does the Donna Summer vocal kick in?
Who needs the Donna Summer vocal? Let's just have the Donnas. Stop staring at my D cups. Come on and take it off.
I Patriot. And for my next impression, Jesse Owens.
I'm still curious. Did Lisa try putting on a different shirt or not?
Oh yeah, Lisa. What happened?
The world may never know.
Oh, I'm gonna bug her till I find out.
You're gonna bugger her? You're gonna bugger her till you...
No, just rude. Bug her.
Right,
So Christine Milioti, she also did voice acting for the Venture Brothers.
Yeah, the first thing I remember seeing her on was How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, I remember. That's where I remember seeing her too. I didn't realize it was the same actress, but I was checking out her profile. I was like, oh wow, she did voices on the Venture Brothers. That's neat. She's done a lot of voice acting.
Well, as nice as it was to have a kind of side episode, I would like to get back to the Penguin next week.
I agree. My God, that's hilarious.
Lisa will give an update in the future.
All right, everyone, take care. Good night. Hope you have a fantastic week. We will catch you Thursday. And if all goes according to plan, I can actually work on a video tomorrow.
Yay!
Yes. Night, everyone. See ya.
See ya.
Night.